All right. Guess what? It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time to have some fun with our Amongst the Giants Storm King's Thunder playthrough here on Forgebreaker. Tonight, Bear Team 6 seems to have gotten themselves into a little bit of a wagon hijinks caper here by threatening two members of the Zentarum. I'm going to drop audio just a second. Soul, thank you very much for the follow there. Very much appreciate it, friend. And Gentleman Joe, thank you as always for the host. Let's cover our news for the upcoming week or two, and then we will get into our game before I kill all of our players and they start new with new characters. Tomorrow, be sure to tune in. Fate's going to be streaming at 10:30 Eastern with Fate's Game Night, continuing his playthrough. I believe he's still working to wrap up the Rise of the Tomb Raider, so be sure to tune in for that. 10:30 Eastern tomorrow. 8:30 on Friday morning, we will do our D&D replay, which will include our Ascension game from Sunday and this game. So I'll cover through the daytime. We'll also be off Saturday from Civil War because I will be away in Indianapolis for Gen Con, which, by the way, if you guys want to stop by and say hi, feel free to do so. I would be happy to say hi to all of you and hang out. Anybody that wants to be there. And then, let's see, what do we got? Entropy on Sunday evening. I should be back in time for that, barring any delays, but I'm supposed to be home pretty early for that, so it should be fine. Let's see, what else? Tyranny of Dragons is moving to Tuesday nights instead of Monday. It's going to open up a new time slot for us and give us an opportunity to add some other games here as well. So that's something else to look forward to. So starting next week, Tyranny will be showing at the 7:30 time slot. So we hope to see you there for that. Giants returns after this session on August 15th, Alliance on August 18th, and Empire on the 22nd. And with that, I believe that covers everything. Let me... You guys ready over here?
Sure.
Discussing how this wheel did not break when you hit it.
Sorry,
Sure.
it's fine.
All right. It's fine. Everything's fine here, right? That's what they say. Let's do our recap then. So, last session started off with a bit of a somber tone to it, with the city of Golden Fields attempting to look over their losses and recuperate a bit after the hill giant attack. With Miros laid to rest, the party was finally given a reward for saving the village, and that was Miros's North Furrow's End. Leaving Noxine and Orin to kind of take care of things there within the inn itself. They quickly set off in search of the city of Waterdeep after being given a couple of leads to head in that direction. However, as they were heading south and out of the city of Golden Fields, they were immediately distracted by Shalvis, the undercover Zentarum agent, looking to get an escort to the village of Bargewright Inn. Taking his offer, the party escorted him north along the Desarin River, and before long came across a very strange scenario. A cocoon that was floating in the water being pecked at by giant seagulls, with a young noble named Artan Rosolio from the city of Yartan to the north of their current location. He had no recollection of how he ended up where he was, or even why he was in the buff, but he did recall a golden goose and a beautiful woman in a purple dress. Taking him along with them, the party began to head north, but only a few moments passed before trouble struck, as Octane had revealed that he had been diseased by Nabalith's touch. Needing to stay in contact with the water every few minutes, they continued to follow along the Disarn River towards the village of Bardright Inn, dropping Shalvis off and speaking with Nalaskar Thaland, the local boss of the Zentarum. He offered them a barrel and some water to keep Artan safe, then offering them a job to help escort his men and a fresh batch of Barge's Ale past Tribor, which had recently been hit by fire giants, and they could hitch a ride for free all the way towards Mornbrine's Inn if they so choose. Thinking this to be an ideal way to travel to Yartar with let's see, hold on. Along the way towards, which was along the way towards Morbrine's Inn, or Morbrine's Shield, Bear Team 6 loaded up the wagon with Jostin and Lessar, or Lessler, headed northwest up the Cairn Road. The travel there was quiet with no issues along the way, but that didn't stop our party from attempting to create trouble. As they began to reach the entry to Red Larch, they attempted to stop the two wagoners, which resulted in some unsettling words, and Nav attempting to take out the wagon wheel to force him to stop, which ultimately backfired. And that is where we start our session tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So, let's do this. You guys are way over here. You've made it all the way to Red Larch. It's a good ways away from where you originally started down in Golden Fields. Roughly 3 days of travel up the road from Bardright Inn to where you are. It's taken a bit of time to already get here, and you still have probably another 6 or 7 days ahead before you hit Yartar. Now entering into the village, though, this is going to get interesting, as I'm going to require everybody to go ahead and give me your initiative rolls, please.
Sorry, y'all.
I don't have a token to click.
Yeah, working on that.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh dear. Okay.
Crap. That did not go well.
So.
Ooh, I like this rug they have here.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little map of the town.
Roll for him. And then I got to roll for my other friends here.
Thunderwave.
Oh.
I'm back.
Okay.
No.
And I would totally be closer because I was yelling at him.
Okay, so you want to be up here then?
Yeah, because I would have been having a conversation with him, so I just scooted myself up closer. Because
That's fine.
I imagine she'd be loud, but she would probably be respectfully loud in his ear.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. Okay.
Awesome.
So.
I didn't show up on here. Did mine work?
Did you not click your token first?
No, I have mine selected because I moved myself forward, so I just didn't see myself come up, and it didn't do the thing where it yells at you for screwing it up.
Yeah. Well, let's add turn. Maybe I'll add turn. There it goes. And then there you go. Okay. So The wagon, which had been going at a very steady 20-mile-an-hour pace, suddenly jolts forward as Nav's halberd crashes into the side of the wagon wheel, with the metal-on-metal crashing sound startling the 2 draft horses that are pulling the cart. As the cart lunges forward, it immediately shifts the cargo and the wagon behind it, stopping with only the 2 large barrels of ale at the back that are secured to the wagon itself. Nav and Grancool, you watch as these horses leap forward, and everybody behind the front bench suddenly shifts backwards and begins to lose their balance. We have an initiative roll, and now I'm going to explain combat. With this jolt, everybody on the back of the wagon will be giving me a dexterity save. In the event that you are knocked off of this wagon, which can happen, perhaps the wagon runs into something and attempts to jostle the riders a bit, or perhaps somebody pushes you to try to knock you off the wagon, you will get a dexterity save to keep yourself on the actual wagon. Should you fail the dexterity save, you will be clinging to the side of the wagon in a prone position. At which point, on your next turn, you can take your action to attempt to lift yourself up, or you would get a free action, to attempt to pull yourself back onto the wagon, either by dexterity or strength, whatever you choose. If you crit fail, you fall off the wagon immediately. If you somehow manage to cling to the side of the wagon and you fail your save to pull yourself back up, you will probably fall off of the wagon as well. When we get there, we will deal with that. Everything here can be attacked, should you so choose. Horses, the men, the wagon, the barrels of ale, even the barrel that Octane sits inside of. When this begins, basically you guys are going to be fighting to stay on board and not die in this situation. Lots and lots of oh shit moments are about to happen here. So please, if you want to thunderwave this, I encourage you, go ahead and try to knock your teammates off of the wagon.
You make it sound like I wouldn't.
So with that, the wagon does pull forward at the beginning. The horses running as fast as they possibly can run, with Leslar being the wagoneer that is driving the 2 horses forward at a pace of 40 feet per second. Or no, 80 feet per second, because they're dashing.
Per second or per round?
Per... you're right, round. It's round.
I was
Yes.
about to say, holy
Round.
shit.
Round.
Those are some turbo horses.
They're turbo horses. Yes, it is per round. Thank you. 1 sec. I need to change the music to something a little more appropriate.
Yakety sex, yakety sex, yakety sex.
No yakety sax.
Just waiting for some Eurobeat to come on.
All right. So, the horses charge forward, which means you guys, if you attempt to stay within, you're going to be falling back almost immediately. Nav, because you do have the opportunity at the beginning here, I'm going to give you a chance to try to figure out how to get yourselves on this wagon before we continue past you.
Yeah, can I just make an athletics check or an acrobatics check to run and jump onto the wagon with Grankle on my back?
You can, because you have Grancool, it'd probably be disadvantage, would be my guess. Actually, it shouldn't be too bad. Grancool's holding on. I'll have Grancool give me a dex save.
I am powerful build.
You are powerful build. I'll have Grancool give me a dex save as you're trying to jump on.
Okay.
You better hold on.
Hold on,
Hey.
little guy.
Okay.
Plus
Okay.
6 and I rolled a 9.
So, Nav dives forward, attempting to grab onto the wagon, and as he does, his hand grabs onto the side of it and it starts to slip through. He's clinging on to the edge of this wagon, literally hanging on to the tail end as his fingers are kind of digging in. He's clawing as hard as he possibly can to stay aboard it, but it's not going to be enough as his fingertips begin to slip through and he starts to let go of this wagon that's charging forward. Grand Cool does manage to stay on his back, though, so that's a plus, I guess.
Catch up with them.
I will be chasing after it.
Keelan, you're up.
Wait, should we be chasing after it? We're in a city. This looks awfully suspicious.
The goblin attack.
Keelan, Rin, are you there?
Well, this is starting off swimmingly.
Rip. Okay. Selja, we'll come back to him in just a second.
Okay, Selja is in utter panic right now because this is taking some turns. And she's gonna hold both of her hands out and just scream at the top of her lungs, "Just stop!" And then she's gonna cast Hold Person at 3rd level at both of the drivers in the hopes of paralyzing them.
Okay. What is that? A wisdom save?
Yep, wisdom save.
Okay.
The DC is 15.
Okay. Okay. So neither of them save. So you cling on to these two drivers and they immediately hold their position and can't move. The driver holds,
Oh shit, the horses!
Holds his hands onto the reins and can't move, which means the horses are running on their own as they charge forward and begin to make their way towards the intersection ahead. Let me pull something up. One second.
God! I didn't even think of that.
The path ahead splits in 3 directions, with citizens lining the roads in every path. The large path to the north is a bit too narrow, and attempting to force a turn down in that direction is guaranteed to lead the cart directly into the southeastern corner of Tartor's smithy, which is right here in the northwestern corner. The path straight ahead continues for a good while, leading past the crossroads and up ahead towards the Keldell path to the far west, which is over in this direction, which begins to narrow down a bit before being covered by a vast overgrowth. To the south, the road curves and begins to head to the southeast or southwest, though it is a bit hard to see past some of the houses to the south to know what exactly lies ahead.
So Selja's doing that thing where she's screaming in that one concentrated note that's just drawn out.
Oh, this mic?
And,
thank you. I appreciate it, Soul. I love this mic.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be done.
It's the Samson Meteor, and it's travel size, so you can fold it up and take it with you. Okay, Selja ends her turn holding the 2 riders at the front, but the horses now run amok. Grand Cool, Nav has just lost his grip onto the back of the wagon, but it is still within your grasp to be able to try to jump off his back and onto the wagon, should you so choose.
Before I go, do we want to do Q&A?
You back, Ren?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
I had stepped away, and wow, you guys went through the turns so fast all of a sudden.
I mean, you were second.
I was like third, and he was still explaining stuff. All right. I have to do it, guys. I'm sorry. This is totally within character for her. Keelan like still really pissed off that these guys are ignoring her, and now that the cart's going super fast, she's like, "All right, you had the one chance. Now I'm going to get serious." And she casts Thunderwave.
Okay. The two in the front are kind of locked into position right now, thanks to Selja using a hold person spell on both of them.
Oh, that means they're not entitled to
Before
stay.
this happens,
That just means they don't get to. They're helpless. They don't get to make saves.
They can't move.
Yeah.
actually,
so
none of this happens
None of this happens? Okay.
because I cast Counterspell.
Okay.
Why are you wasting spell slots?
I don't want to go flying off the wagon.
Lucas
And
using
have a really good save.
his reaction to cast Counterspell as Keelan attempts to knock everybody off the wagon, feeling this is not a good time.
You're lucky I can't go higher than third level or second level right now. I absolutely would have cast it at a higher level despite you.
The thing is, it doesn't matter what level you cast it at.
Actually, after a certain point, you have to make a check.
Because
No,
Alright.
after a certain point, you have to make a check,
Mhm.
and it's after third level.
Unless he...
except for the fact that I
Upgrades.
cast it at my highest level.
Yeah.
He's a warlock, so we casted it
Mhm.
third. So you would have
Yeah.
to go to fourth.
Yep.
Oh,
And
I
I would
know.
have
That's
fourth
why I'm
level
saying
at
he's
that
lucky.
point.
Yep. All right.
It'll
That's
be
why I said he's
interesting.
lucky.
So, Keelan, your spell has been dispelled before you can actually finish it. What else would you like to do?
I would like to kick Lucas off the cart.
Fortunately, you don't have a primary action.
It's true. Except,
Oh no.
guess what? I dipped into fighter, asshole. So I'm going to action surge. And I'm going to kick Lucas off the cart.
What did Lucas do in all this?
He just
just
dispelled
counterspelled me.
or counterspelled her.
Oh, that was Lucas. I thought it was
Yeah.
Selja.
No.
No,
was
what?
almost
No,
cool enough.
No, Selja has a sense of self-preservation.
I was totally gonna let myself get knocked off the cart.
I mean, I have a sense of self-preservation also, which is why I counterspelled.
Yeah. Okay. I'm absolutely not going to kick him off.
Okay.
But I do have enough. I do have enough of these spell slots, and he can only hold one action. So now I'm thunder waving.
Okay. Again, the
You
two
are
in
absolutely making her mad.
the two in the front obviously can't do anything, and they will be held still because hold person will still force them to hold. So everybody else on the wagon,
Wouldn't they just ragdoll and auto fail?
not if hold person is forcing them to be in a certain spot.
It just
Does
says
it say
just,
that?
It's
it's
not
just
a
a paralyze. It just paralyzes them.
It
Is
just says they're paralyzed. They're not physically rooted. Hey, ragdoll,
Okay.
my dude.
Okay, if you say so.
As much as a paralyzed person can ragdoll.
Mm-hmm.
Trying
That's
to
true.
think if it's worth it to stay on this card at this point.
I don't think it is.
Like this is like with them paralyzed. This is a shutdown. We've finished this.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
they're
horses
considered-
are,
Not really.
The horses are out of control.
The horses
now.
are out of control and they're gonna do their own thing.
Well, the horses have to
Dang
save
it,
too.
the horses too.
Mm,
They have to
Horses.
save.
Okay.
Yeah, Selja's gonna get knocked off, and she's gonna aim for Nav.
This is so
Just aim for the soft spot.
so broken. So broken.
Yeah. So while paralyzed, they're considered incapacitated. So they get all the fun stuff with that. They don't fail They don't automatically fail con saves. Just the dexterity save that comes after.
Mm-hmm. The con save though is what requires them to, or what would cause them to fall
Correct.
off. So
Yeah.
con save 17 from one, con save 12 from the other. So Jostin, the one to the north, fails. The 2 horses, however, 17 and a 20, so they're both fine as well. And everybody else, literally everybody, go ahead and con save.
Oh, that's me too.
Literally everybody. Grand Cool, everybody. This is... You can thank your teammate for this.
Hey, you did dare them to do this.
I didn't dare him to do anything.
I have to play the character. I'm sorry.
He threatened it, so that was his call. And he saves too. Cool. Grand Cool fails. Let's see.
Oh no, Grand Cool.
Keelan, aren't you also impacted by this?
No, it's centered
You're not?
on me. It's me. It goes out from me.
Okay. So Justin fails and is knocked 10 feet
Does
from.
the card have to make a save?
No, the card does not have to make a save. So 10 feet, he's going to land on a horse. Look at that.
I have a question.
Well,
Okay.
he's paralyzed, so he's going to
He's
bounce.
paralyzed.
Since
Okay.
Grunkle is on top of me, could I argue my reaction for absorb elements for him?
No.
Oh, right.
No.
Would he?
I tried.
Would, he,
Sorry, Greg.
would
Good shot.
Grankle get advantage for having the
No.
harness that he's riding?
He would not.
No. Okay. Sorry,
I mean,
Grankle,
if you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna give advantage to the 2 that are sitting on a bench in front of you that would block part of that. So no, we'll not try to.
No, that's
that.
fair. Don't worry. It's
So Justin gets knocked forward out of his seat from his paralyzed position. Grankle gets knocked backwards off of Nav and kind of flung back into the bushes off in the back corner here. Justin is going to fall and is going to take some damage on his turn.
God, I
But
hope he gets run over.
Grankle, you were up first. So first thing I need you to do is go ahead and give me 2d6 die roll, please.
Oh, right. We're still doing the falling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say because Selge is opting to get launched off.
Just remember, guys, I love and value you all as teammates.
Nav, catch me!
All right. And let me pull up 1 second. Okay. Also, give me a con save, please. Okay, so you fall off of the horse and kind of barrel roll as you land into the dirt. You only take 1 point of damage from this as you fall, kind of mitigating some of it as you kind of barrel roll. Justin also going to do the same thing. He does not save and is going to take...
He's not even entitled to a save being paralyzed.
That's a con save.
It's a con save.
Oh.
Yeah. So he will take full damage on that. So as he falls off of the horse, fails his con save. However, on his turn, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, hold person, if you take damage, you get advantage on your save, correct? On hold person? I believe that's the case. On hold person, I believe that's the case. To break free.
It doesn't say.
Nope.
Doesn't?
Nope.
Doesn't say anything on the spell.
It's just at the end of each of its turns.
Okay.
Did you take your concentration?
Yep.
Oh, right. I need to do a con save.
You also
'Cause
need to
I'm
give me
up.
a con save. Yep.
All right.
Also, damage associated
Yep.
with that stupid thunder
He's-
wave.
Yep. so-
It's just a constitution check?
Yes. Con save on the fall.
Thankfully, it's not a whole lot of damage.
It's still team damage, which you
Yeah.
are now in the lead for.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ooh. Okay. So
they are done. They can move now.
you drop off of the wagon,
We had a plan, Selja.
running at such a speed that it's hard for you to kind of barrel roll your way off of this. You hit your head as you fall. Go ahead and give me a 2d6 die roll. Taking 4 bludgeoning damage, and you, just like Justin, are unconscious for 1 minute. Or until somebody wakes you up. Grand Cool, you are way behind all of this.
How far is way behind?
Well, way behind being 10 feet right now, but it's going to surge ahead 80 feet as soon as the horses move. So top of the turn order again.
Okay.
Mhm.
I want them to slow down, so I am going to cast slow, targeting square basically to target everybody on the front except for Lucas. So Keelan A, the 2 NPCs, and the 2 horses. I am casting slow on them. They need to make wisdom saves.
Sure, you were.
40.
You just
foot
knocked me
cube.
off, Nav.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks
You're
for
welcome.
not slowing me.
You said 40-foot cube, so here?
Essentially, yeah. Just move north a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you
Then I
can't
just
move
like
north or
turn
else
back.
you're going to catch him. It's either you catch both Lucas and him, or you catch Keelan A.
I picked the targets within the cube, so I can choose to ignore somebody.
Oh,
It's not just a...
okay.
Up to
Everybody within the
6
cube.
creatures of
So
your
like
choice.
that?
Yep.
Okay.
Couldn't you move it a little higher and still get that guy?
He's already
That's
fallen
what he
off
said.
and he's unconscious.
I'm not too worried about him.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Everybody else needs to be slowed, though.
Doesn't it reach out to here?
40-foot cube. It's
pretty
not
large.
40-foot radius, though. Oh, that's
Yeah,
20 foot.
You gotta.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, again,
I
much
don't
like
need
I
that much.
much like I said
Again.
in a different game.
That poor random villager.
I'm really sad that Wizards of the Coast for 5th edition were like, we don't need to make any templates for the blasts and bursts this time around, so it's all really confusing.
Okay. So you're casting
Thank you.
slow. So what do they got to do? Wisdom save? Everything's wisdom save here?
saves. Yeah.
Okay. What is your DC on that?
14.
Okay.
Excellent.
Excellent. You just.
Just knock me off, Nav. Fuck you.
Not intentionally.
Holy cow. So
Hey,
Lessler
you're a goblin.
fails, but the 2 horses are still going with a 16 and 18.
These horses are MVP.
MVP of this event, man.
Oh.
So the horses are going. Lessler is
Yeah, I hear horse
impacted,
meat is really tasty.
Oh, shit. I
and
need to do
Keelan
this.
A is also slowed as well.
Oh, no.
No!
I'm
Oh
not-
no!
I don't. I hope
boy.
I'm not close enough. How close?
I am.
And the horses
Come on.
transformed into
Okay.
dragons.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. So let's
I'm
imagine
far
surge.
enough away from a fire
Uh-huh.
at least.
Let's look.
Minus 6.
Yeah, I think I might have overdone it a little bit on the level 3. I
Ruh-roh.
might lower that down.
I don't want you to ever get level 4 stealth.
Number 80.
I just want to say this has evolved far better than I hoped.
It has. Go ahead and give me a d20 roll as well, please.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in danger.
I also feel I'm in
It's,
danger.
it's the Simpsons meme.
It's the Ralph. I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. Okay, what is it?
I don't know. What is it? I'm scared.
A 3. Oh. Oh, well, this is nothing. Well, that's no fun. You are-
Re-roll.
You are protected from fiends for 1 day. Creatures cannot attack you or harm you unless they save a charisma check at
Might I make a
spell
creative
DC.
suggestion?
Yeah.
Change that from fiends to horses.
No, we're good.
Evil fiends always messing things
Evil
up.
horses.
Evil horses. I'm debating how I want to play this. Because technically his move was 10 feet, right?
Well,
I'm also going to move up, just so you know.
10 feet to
this-
here,
yeah.
and then would roll off eventually, possibly on his turn. Yes?
Didn't you say he got knocked out?
I did say he fell and got knocked out, so we can just... we'll leave it. It's fine. He's knocked out. We'll leave it. It's fine. Because the horses are MVP right now. Okay.
Goddamn.
Lucas.
Man, only I had like a whole beast or something.
Pint, we use
grease on his seat so he slides off.
we use a Discord overlay to capture who is talking at what times, and then we just change all of our names in Discord to be whatever our characters are.
I'm gonna crawl up into the other driver's seat.
Okay.
What does the slow even do?
A lot of really bad stuff.
Target
yeah.
speed is halved, minus 2 penalty in next save.
Penalty of
reaction.
-2 on your AC and dex saves,
Only an action or a bonus action.
and you can't use a reaction. Yeah. Yep.
Slow is real good.
Only one
Mhm.
attack.
Okay.
Roll a d20 and it may not.
Yeah.
The spell casting is hilarious.
Yep.
Are
you affected by that?
me?
Nope.
No.
Yeah. No. Oh, right. He didn't put that on you. He put it on everybody else. Okay.
Who has the reins, by the way?
Lessler does. The guy right beside you.
I'm gonna kick him off.
Okay.
Strength check, I guess.
Yeah, versus his dex at a -2. So, saves.
Hey.
Actually, hold on. Yeah, he saves. I don't even have to use that. Okay. So you go to kick him, and as you kick forward, he kind of sucks his stomach in a little bit, and your foot goes right in front of him, completely missing his side, preventing you from being able to knock him off the wagon.
Okay. Nope.
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 Nothing?
That's it.
Okay. I don't know how to play Carsnook here, because his
Have him-
initial...
Money on the wagon.
Have him ask them for money to turn sides and attack us.
I mean... I'm...
I want my money.
I'm not with these people, and if you pay me, I'll gladly get rid of them.
offer to kick everybody off of the wagon for a little bit of extra gold. Yeah,
Or he
you could
jumps
probably
off
do
on
that.
The other guy and takes all his
Hey
money.
kid, give me some gold, or I'll kick you off the barrel into the street.
He's gonna walk up and going to attempt to grapple hold Lessler and get him to like pull his arms off of the reins here to allow Lucas to grab onto them.
That's a great idea for me to drive.
Yeah. So he's going to strength check. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Against Lessler's save. He once again dex saves nat 20 again. So he, as soon as Carsnook reaches forward to grab onto him, he immediately pulls his arm back, able to kind of jolt himself away, keeping you from actually grabbing him.
Just like some Matrix stuff, because he's moving so slow.
Yep. Now, the horses continue their run.
Bye, y'all. Nice knowing y'all.
As they
I think
pull
we're gonna
forward.
have problems all our own.
The wagon darts straight through the intersection and straight ahead. The citizens, now in a panic, quickly pulling themselves back out of the street. You look ahead and you notice the path ahead is a bit of a cluster as you begin to make your way towards the center of town, nearing the main intersection. To the south, over here in this area, Whalver's wagon works and parts and pieces of a broken carriage cover part of the street, including the wagon itself, which blocked the path ahead, making it a bit difficult to traverse through. To the north, right here, just past a few houses on the right-hand side there, is Helver Tarlem's clothier, with several shoppers, men and women both, admiring the window dressings outside of the building. You're quickly approaching at the pace of 80 feet per turn. With that, everybody on the side of the wagon is now going to be out of range from your current positions. So Justin, Selja, Grankul, and Nav are no longer in range of this. If you move back 80 feet, it's well off the screen. Like 40 is here for Justin. So you're way, way back. So at this point, you are now removed from the turn order. With only our 3 riders still riding ahead. Lessler, feeling the effects of the slow, continues to charge forward. He starts to whip the horses and bringing the reins down. He starts to tries to pull at them and pull them over to the left, leaning it over in the direction of the broken wagon that is directly ahead. And that will end his turn. Keelan, you're up.
Seeing that it's 80 feet away from me now?
Yeah, it's almost a full 80 feet in front of you.
Alright, I will drop slow.
Okay. So then it drops off Lessler and Keelan, and they are no longer impacted by the slow.
I'm back.
Okay, it's good because it's your turn.
Great.
You're not slowed anymore.
You're not slowed,
Oh.
and Justin, Selja, Grankul, and Nav are 80 feet way behind you.
Super far behind us.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And the horse and wagon is going head first towards a broken down wagon next to a wagon right over here to the south.
awesome, and we're still trying to get the reins, right?
Yeah, and failing.
You two had one job. She looks at both of them really annoyed. Now that she's not slowed down. I'm going to start up my my blade song, and the way I'm going to treat this, since I'm on a wagon, she's just kind of like shimmying her hips, so it counts as dancing still, so I can get the benefits. And then she's going to stab the guy.
Okay,
Well, that escalated fast.
sure did.
That escalated.
Really
What?
quick.
This entire thing has been one constant escalation.
Right?
Well,
You guys are surprised that we're stabbing him? Come
We're
on.
not stabbing people.
I mean, I had my sword out well before this, guys. You should be surprised that it took this long to stab him.
Yeah, it's true. So go ahead and give me the attack. Yeah, 26 hits. Go ahead and give me damage.
All right. And I stab him. 9.
Okay, anything else?
I'm going to do a quick lap around the cart and then hop back on. My speed is ridiculous right now.
So quickly
No,
jabbing
I'm done.
forward with the rapier, you jab it into his right shoulder, and he kind of leans forward, taking the brunt of the impact, and just kind of chuckles at you, and kind of gives you the side eye, not really caring too much for your attack. With that, though, it is Lucas's turn.
Okay. One act. I'm gonna grab the reins and pull them back the other way.
Okay.
away from the broken.
Pull towards the north to try to pull it away from the wagon. Okay.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead
don't
and give me.
kill ourselves.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Yeah, this is going great, guys.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah. So as you
Dang
grab
it, he
on,
rolled low too.
as you grab onto the reins and start tugging them in your direction, Lessler immediately just holds on and yanks them back, keeping you from pulling them away and pulling the horses out of the path he was going. Anything else?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. Carsnook. What's Carsnook gonna do? Carsnook's gonna do things. I guess he's just gonna take his whip and try to hit him, because now we have escalated to actual violence instead of trying to take over the cart, except for Lucas, who's still trying to fight for the reins. So Carsnook's going to follow Kilane's order, taking the whip and attacking for 7 slashing, which does hit.
He hit.
He did hit.
Well, yeah, he wasn't rolling the die.
It's
Oh,
true.
you're right.
All right. So, wagon continues forward. The rest of the party still back at this first intersection as you have fallen off. Jostin is knocked out cold. Selja's out cold. Nav and Grankul kind of looking over. As you look around, you notice the citizens are looking awful strange at the three of you. 3 goblinoids that were supposedly attacking, or looked to be attacking, this wagon that was charging through town. The wagon now heading off as fast as it possibly can. But the wagon, as it continues to approach, you watch as Lessler kind of looks forward, sees that the wagon is coming up ahead, grabs onto the reins and takes his short sword and slices straight through the reins, cutting them to keep from getting control of the wagon, and then immediately turns back, kind of chuckling a bit as he jumps over top of Kilane and lands in the backside back here. Lucas, you will get an attack of opportunity as he leaves your area.
Okay. I never mentioned which packed weapon I had.
Correct. You had a pack short bow.
I had a longbow.
Or longbow, yes. Did you
I
change
never-
it?
I never said I did.
Okay, then we
we're gonna
yeah,
go with I didn't.
correct. And yeah, because I didn't know about this until just now. Unfortunately.
I'm gonna pull my non-special Yukwa then and stab him with it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that attack roll.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hits.
It'd be 8 damage because that doesn't include my strength modifier
Okay.
since I'm not attacking offhand.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Actually, I just thought of something I'm going to do here. Womp womp. Hold on. Oh, this is going to be interesting. See how I handle this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, the attack lands, kind of jabbing him into the side as he jumps over top of Kilane, landing on the back side of the wagon. but still is able to do so. The horses, however, start to frantically, as they kind of look up, their blinders kind of blocking out everything around them, but they look up and they see this wagon, instinctively kind of dash to the right and attempt to swerve around this broken wagon. I need everybody on the back of the wagon to give me a dexterity save, please. Or on the wagon itself. Lucas, because you're sitting in the chair, you will have advantage on this.
Advantage on my dex save.
I have advantage for dancing as well.
Sure.
16.
Okay.
Eee!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow,
Not so nice
this
for him.
guy's saves are crazy.
His dex saves are insane.
I wasn't gonna lie, if he did that little move and he's like, ha, look how cool I am, and then immediately got knocked on his ass, I was gonna laugh.
Oh, I gotta do for Carcinook 2. 1 second. So many things open right now because I'm preparing for what's about to happen here. Dex save. Carcinook saves. Okay, so you guys are able to hold on, kind of bracing yourself as this wagon jolts a bit. Your platform chariot begins to dive between citizens, nearly hitting one of the women in front of the clothier here. In a panic, her friends immediately grab onto her, pulling her out of the street and back up against the building. The path ahead once again begins to split to the north, albeit a bit of a tight corner from your position. The path continues up the long road, the intended destination of your original journey. Off to the west, the road continues to narrow as you start to make your way towards Keldell Path, just past the Droth Fine Poultry Farm, which is located right here in the southwestern corner of the plaza here. And then the path to the south, though it appears to be a little bit easier to travel with a bit wider turn, begins to lead its way back south towards Waterdeep. We are at the top of the turn order, and now new things are about to happen. Because I don't want people to sit around and wait for things.
Oh, good.
So,
Have fun, guys.
have fun, guys. Oh, I just messed that up. Hold on.
I'm just going through the windshield of a wagon. It's all good.
It's fine. This is fine, right? So, Nav and Rez. Where's Havoc? Havoc.
Havoc said BRB.
Yep. You guys, however, are on a different screen entirely.
Cool.
2017 and 10, so I gotta re-add you to that turn order. Actually, no, I don't, because I can unhide you. I think. Oh, maybe not. How is this gonna work? Because there's gonna be turn orders here. Do I have to unhide you here? I think so. One sec, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to unhide everybody and make this work. I'll just move them to the north and then unhide them. Tokens. Oh, they'll have to reroll, won't they? Yes.
I can reroll.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just start it as a new turn here. So that could go to GM roll. Yeah, so we'll go over here.
Wait, what?
What happened? Is it not taking the reroll?
Oh, I haven't clicked it yet.
Oh, yeah, so let's try to reroll here. So let's see. Can I add that? Yes, yes,
I like
yes.
my 20 better.
Okay. Yeah. So I need to move these, so 1 second. Reorganizing.
I don't think that turn order is actually any different. Wasn't that guy ahead of me to begin with?
That one there, and then Selja here. Okay, cool. So that gives us a new turn order for this next round. So we're good here. All right, so we'll go back to Keelan.
So does it look like he's being menacing towards our barrel kid?
No, at this time he doesn't look menacing. He's just kind of here. You know, he's hasn't really done anything since he moved. So he hasn't had an opportunity to do so yet.
Well, that totally changes what I had planned. I am. I'm going to look over to, Keelan is going to look over to Lucas and say, "You've got this, buddy. I believe in you." And she's going to jump from the cart. And as she's jumping, she's going to lightning lure the guy.
Okay.
Ah, crap.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and give me the spell. Let's see. Energy strikes one target. Strength save or pulled 10 feet. Okay. Let me get on the right page here so I can strength save.
So, yeah, I'm leaping off this way, and then I'm just going to whip the lightning at him.
Okay. All right. So strength save. 14.
The DC is, it doesn't list mine, of course, for some weird reason, because I'm multi-class. It is 8 plus proficiency and my int. Just 3, 13. Dang it.
Okay, so he saves, staying on top of the cart. As you throw yourself off, go ahead and give me a con save, please.
That's my
Okay,
best
you
save.
con save. So go ahead and give me the 2d6 dice roll. All right, so you jump off attempting to hit him with this lightning lure, but unfortunately he's able to resist against it as you dive off. You're able to kind of roll yourself to mitigate some of the damage, only taking 3 bludgeoning damage as you land, and keeping yourself from being knocked out, but you're unable to actually pull Lessler off of the wagon here.
I expected this to work.
Okay. Anything else?
Am I on my feet?
No, you would be rolling on the ground. So you would have to get to your feet.
All right. I jumped 15, so I'll use the rest of it to get back onto my feet.
Okay. All right. And
Yeah, that's it. Because I mean, I still have like a little bit of movement, but it's not anything that would catch up.
right. All right. With that, we go to the other window. Oh, this is a pain to manage here. All right. Over on the other side, Justin is still knocked out, kind of taking the damage, the fall damage from the impact rolling off of the wagon here, being thrown off the wagon. Nav, however, you are standing in the center of this first intersection. The citizens are slowly beginning to kind of funnel and file in around you guys. What are you going to do?
And Silja's still knocked out?
Yep, Selja's still knocked out.
I am, like, how close are the citizens to us right now?
So they're giving you a little bit of space, like 15 feet or so all around. But they're starting to file in a little fearful because goblinoids and a knocked out humanoid in front of you. Yeah, it looks pretty
I
bad.
am going to attempt to pick up Selja and Grankle under each arm.
Okay.
That should be a pretty easy feat.
Yeah,
right?
I'll let you say you went ahead and picked both of them up. That's fine.
All right. And then I'm just going to kind of like half bow to the crowd and say, our friend here fell off the wagon. I have to go get it now. And then I'm going to like give him a bugbear smile that says I'm not trying to harm you, but it probably looks still pretty creepy.
Give me
And I'm
a
just gonna start walking.
give me a charisma check.
A charisma check?
Uh-huh.
Can I not? Can I do a performance instead?
No, you can give me a charisma check. Hey, look at that. So yeah, you flash this kind of awkward bugbear smile, and the people are like a little intimidated and a little like, okay, I guess he's just gonna take him and go. And they don't question it. They just watch as you reach down and pick these two goblins up under your arms and begin making your way towards the west.
Yep, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start early with two goblins towards the wagon.
All right, Selja, you're knocked out, so I'm going to assume you're just gonna let this happen. Not that you have much of a choice.
I don't think I have any choice in the matter, so.
Let's see. Man, I wish there was an easier way to handle this for me. But there isn't, so I'm going to do this and drag it over again to there. Okay, so we're back with our wagon. Lucas, in front of you, the remains of the reins are flapping in the breeze. It's just small strands of this leather in front of you as this horse cart continues to fly straight towards the west. Back behind you, Lessler is still on the cart, standing right next to your newfound friend who's keeping himself within the barrel, but isn't seemingly turning to do anything untoward or negative towards him. What are you going to do?
Is it possible to reach what remains of the rain?
You can, but it's going to be short enough that you're going to have to straddle one of the horses and hold on to them, because they're not going to be long enough for you to like grab both and like pull it back for each one of the horses. So you could grab onto one of them and like jump onto one of the horses and just grab the reins of one of them, but you wouldn't be able to do both.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like cart brake or anything, is there either?
No, there's not. This is a pretty plain Jane kind of like a service wagon. Yeah.
Karsna, please take care of our newest companion and whatnot. I hope this works. I go for the reins.
Okay. So yeah, you can give me a dex save to stay on top of the horses.
So the safety of that kid is now in Karsnook's hands.
It is. So remember that part at the beginning where I said if you crit fail on a dex save to stay on top of something, you're gonna fall? That's super unfortunate for you. Go ahead and give me a con save as you jump forward and try to land on top of this draft horse, and you can't wrap your arms around it wide enough, and you just fall off the side. And as you do, you kind of barrel roll a little bit. You're able to mitigate the fall, not hit your head or anything. Go ahead and give me the 2d6 dice roll, please.
I kind of picture myself as the dumb cats that go to jump off something and go like 2 feet.
Those are best when they have like
Yeah.
all the calculations overlaid on them.
Yeah. So
That's basically what just happened.
So you kind of barrel roll and roll into the dirt a little bit. You're able to mitigate some of the damage, only taking 3 bludgeoning as you fall off of the horse. But the horses continue on past you, now leaving only Karsnook on top of these horses, or on top of the wagon, to either deal with Lessler or the 2 horses themselves.
That
Oh
went
boy.
well. That went really well.
Person should be highly motivated to save the kid because money.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
This is
he
If I
true.
had, if I
He definitely
at this
is.
point, he would probably be like, "I'm just getting the kid off the wagon and screw the rest."
Yeah. With that, I think what I'm gonna do. Let's see. How do I want to play this? Because I kind of want to. Kind of want to make him switch to his bear form to mitigate damage, if that is a thing. Let me check.
I think it is
I
because he
think
was
it is a
angry
thing.
about not remembering that when he got knocked out by the girl.
Resilient hide, so he gained. Oh, that's just AC bonus. No, I don't see anything. You can use Dex instead of Strength for attacks or damage rolls. I don't see. Oh, you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons. There we go. So he has resistance. So he is going to transform himself into his bear form. So we're going to send him to GM lair. And we're going to bring this one up. So he's going to transform into his bear form, move back here, and is going to, with like a football tackle, is going to dive forward, grab onto the barrel, and kind of turn and hurl himself and this other, this kid in the barrel off of the side. Lessler is going to get an attack of opportunity, but I don't think it's gonna. Oh, yeah. He'll get one. Hold on. So short sword, 14 hits. So 5. But let me check and make sure his strength save is gonna work here. Or strength check going off. Yeah, he's able to grab onto the kid, pull him quickly out of this barrel, and dive forward, dragging the kid along with him. Let's see. Send this one to the front. Pull him out of the barrel and dive forward. He is going to make a con save. He con saves and taking no damage, basically. I think 1 point of damage off of that. Yeah, and dives forward, kind of holding this kid into his arms as he slides against the dirt here. However, he's now just here as the horses are starting to charge into the intersection. So once again, we're in the center of like a crossroads of the city, as this bear form individual is now surrounded by Keelan and Lucas here as the wagon charges on. Grancool, you had just got picked up from or by Nav, who's initially just kind of picking both of you up and running towards the direction of the wagon. Are you wanting to do anything here?
I'm just gonna reach over and start slapping at Soldier, trying to wake her up, and then I will. Well, shit, I want to do that. Or how far can we see the wagon anymore? Like, how far away is it?
So you're back here. It's about 100 and. It's nearing almost 200 feet in front of you.
All right. Instead of trying to wake up Selja, I'm gonna make Nav really fast.
Or 100 feet. It's about 100 feet instead. I'm sorry. Okay. So you cast haste on Nav, allowing him to move a bit faster here. Take his.
Oh shit. Oh god. Okay, we're fine.
Okay. So he's going to be able to run a bit faster and regroup with the others. And a
So
little.
if I dash,
So if
is
you.
it 120 feet?
So you'll be able to. What's your movement? 35?
30.
30. So you'll be able to do dash movement twice, correct? So 120.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe that's correct.
All right.
You get dash twice on a turn. 'cause
Yep.
you
So yeah,
action
120
dash
feet.
space.
Yep.
We will be really fast. Let's go.
Yep. Okay. 1 second. Kind of.
Selja continues to
Sorting
snore
stuff.
away.
Yep. Selja. Yeah. Actually, as Grancole's kind of reaching over and smacking Selja, she's kind of like knocked out for a few minutes, and then as you start to get closer, you end up hitting her just hard enough that it just snaps her out of it, and she starts coming back too.
What? Ow! Why is my face hurt?
You fell on it.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Top of the turn order. Okay. So let me figure out what's about to happen here. So the horses, kind of acting a bit erratically, see a bunch of people that begin to congregate towards the southern route here, and frantically turn and make their way towards the north. The right wheels of the wagon begin to lift off of the ground, and Lessler is going to have to dex save, and he does. Holy shit, his dex saves are incredible.
Man, this dude. If only he
telling
had
you.
been paralyzed earlier.
Right?
I
However,
was insane on that wagon.
yeah. However, he makes the sharp turn, or the wagon makes the sharp turn to the north, narrowly making it through as the wagon ends up hitting the steps of the All Faiths Shrine to the northwestern corner right here. With the citizens kind of diving out of the way, the wagon clipping the stairs as it goes past the shrine, and begins to head off into the distance. Lessler quickly jumping back up to the front, attempting to gain control back of the wagon, but it just continues on as you guys are starting to regroup yourselves, and we will just drop you on to the main map here now, and you would be right here, and I need to make sure everybody else is here, so give me a second. One at a time. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Okay. So you eventually, Nav ends up bringing the rest of the group to the town square here, right along the Karan Road and the Long Road. As you gather into town square, the people are kind of just a little weirded out by all of this. Seeing a wagon kind of flying through the town, or this village here, not really sure what's going on. Lessler still on the back of the wagon as the wagon disappears off into the distance, just continues going and going and going. He doesn't seem to be too afraid of it. He's just letting it happen. The other individual, still back here in town square, eventually gets some assistance from the villagers, who start to help him to his feet and then drag him over towards town square where the rest of you have went. Let's see, 1 second. The citizens of Red Larch are obviously a bit displeased by this. All of the kind of chaos that has been caused by this wagon kind of flying through here, specifically by a group of goblinoids with Mango Ball Lauren, one of the owners of one of the stores here in town, Lauren's Bakery, claiming to have witnessed the acts of these adventurers for himself, as he kind of drags along, kind of limping, the individual. What's his name? I don't remember his name. One second. Justin was his name. So he's kind of helping him along and bringing him into town, seeing all of this happen. As he walks in towards the town village here, he begins to proclaim to see that these goblinoids were the ones responsible attacking these poor, helpless individuals on their cart. That's the reason that they continued north, even though they had little control of their wagon at that point.
Is that an accusation he's making right in front of me?
Oh yeah, this is a town folk individual. This isn't one of this group.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can explain. There's Incharum, and she points them out.
What's that?
She calls them out as Zents. They are Zentarum. She points them out.
As you...
We can explain everything. They are Zentarum.
Okay. As you point towards Justin, Justin, who's still kind of a bit woozy from all of this, just kind of shakes his head and says, "It's impossible. We're just wagoneers. What do you people want with us?"
Check what he's smuggling in the back.
They can't.
The wagon's
gone.
super gone.
Once we find the wagon. Furthermore, as an expert from the Emerald Enclave, and she flashes her credentials really quickly, I know that Zentarum have tattoos on their persons. Usually on the arm.
As you kind of flash this, your Emerald Enclave kind of badge, or what is it, like a necklace or something?
Yeah, it's probably just like a little talisman thing.
Yeah. And as you kind of flash it, one of the individuals of the town, her name's Haley Hanadrum, begins to walk forward. She's the owner of the bathhouse all the way up here to the north end of town, who has just managed to be wandering through the town as all of this madness is going on. Kind of steps forward and says, "No, I saw it too, and I agree. If this individual is Zentarum, then they would have a tattoo." And as you kind of point this out, and she kind of agrees with you, you watch as Mango Lauren kind of turns over to this other individual and kind of shoos you away and says, "That's preposterous. There's no such people in our village. Our village is kind and generous folk. There's no such reason to blame such accusations on these individuals."
I think it's pretty easy to check if he's got a tattoo to make sure.
Absolutely. I was here to apprehend these individuals, thus the chaos that ensued. We also were trying to get this little boy's help, and they did not. They wanted to kidnap him.
Nab's gonna nod. Yeah, he's seriously sick. Just wait an hour. He'll start screaming.
I'm gonna absolutely deception, because that was a total lie.
Absolutely a deception.
Oh, thank God, my dice didn't screw me.
So you begin to say this, and this Haley individual begins to walk forward and kind of nods and says, No, friends, we believe you. I've seen the Zentarum myself, and believe me, I have no doubt what they are capable of." And she kind of motions to everybody, kind of shooing them away. Mango Ball, Lauren continues to help this individual back towards his bakery, attempting to offer him food and aid, seeing what he had saw himself, wanting to help take care of this human individual, as he believes that these goblins just attacked him.
Technically,
No one's allowed to hurt these goblins. They're my junior deputies.
Junior deputies.
Nice.
Wait, what about me?
You're a goblinoid, technically.
Yeah, but he
I'm a
doesn't.
god. I'm not a
I'm a
deputy.
god.
I'm a druid.
What is a deputy?
Lucas is on his own.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Counterspelled me.
So you stand in the center of Red Larch here with this Haley individual kind of motioning to all of you and says, come, we'll take you back to my bathhouse. We'll get you cleaned up. It looks like you've had a bit of an excursion so far.
We really need to get him to a church or a temple.
No, we need
is-
to get him to the bathhouse. The church needs to come to him.
Oh, that's a
He's
good
not
point.
wrong.
He'll be fine in the bath.
Also, I think we need to find this other guy.
He's not going anywhere. He doesn't have any reins.
I mean, he kind of
He
rode
also
off.
lost his wagon.
The one guy, Lessler, kind of rode off into the sunset very unceremoniously as he's kind of like just clutching onto the side of this horse trying to stay on.
I'm
The
sure
other
that
guy,
won't come back to bite us ever.
I'm sure it won't. It's fine. The other guy is being aided by one of the citizens here who's just helping to get him cleaned up and everything of that nature.
I whisper, that baker's being kind of friendly, even with and defending him, even with the Tarum threat.
Oh yeah, it's totally not suspect. Like, we should maybe do something about it.
Maybe those of us who can do it without getting in trouble should do something about it.
Helenay, I think that's only us two.
Yep,
'Cause
that's
we
what I
also
was
have a-
getting at.
We also have
I
a
did
bear
flash the badge.
guy.
Also, we're going to talk about that counterspell later.
It was purely self-preservation. That's all there was to it.
First of all, the goblins did not get hurt. You would have been fine.
I
right.
didn't want to get flung off. That's all there was to it.
I just wanted to stay on the back, that's all.
Didn't work out too well. But
No.
Nope, sure didn't.
No.
So, you make your way back up here towards the bathhouse. She kind of ushers you in. As you're walking up towards the building, Keelan, immediately your eyes fixate on the banners that are hanging within the bathhouse itself that are the Emerald Enclave banners in the back of the room. She kind of ushers you in and says, "Come in, have a seat. It's fine. You'll be safe here. You don't have to worry about anything."
She does the secret handshake.
She knows the secret handshake.
Heck yeah.
As you begin to gather inside of the inn here, or inside of the bathhouse here, she kind of looks over this kind of motley crew of individuals and is like, "What on earth were you doing in our village?"
It is a really long and overly complicated story. Do you have time to sit down for tea?
She nods and says, "Well, of course."
Excellent. We will need a cleric for this gentleman, though, and she gestures to the barrel boy.
She looks over at him and says, What is wrong with him?"
He got stung by an aboleth. He's cursed now. Our druid here, and she gestures to Selja, tried her best to tend to him, but it seems like the magic was well beyond her means, as powerful as she is. Did I mention she's a druid? Also a prime candidate for the Enclave.
My head hurts.
As you kind of mention all of this, she listens very intently and says, "Yes, well, we can possibly stop over at the Helm of the High Sun. It's used to be a really badly run-down inn here in the village, but the Church of Palor purchased it and repurposed it as a safe haven for the clergy. Perhaps one of them can aid, but I wouldn't put my faith into it. These are usually just traveling clergy, not full-fledged members like you would find within Waterdeep or even Yartar to the north.
Well, damn it.
Cough, cough.
Well, if they can't help them, we'll need another wagon. And a barrel.
And a barrel. Do you have
And a barrel.
barrels here? Here?
She kind of chuckles and says, well, I'm sure the smithy might have one, and, well, there are a couple of Wainwrights and such in the city. I'm sure if you needed to purchase a wagon, you could do so.
That's good. We're going to definitely need one. We've got to get him back to his home. Up in insert name here because I don't have a map available.
Yartar.
Yartar. That's
Yartar.
it.
Yartar.
You know where they could possibly heal him.
Where they could possibly heal him. One of the bigger cities in the north here.
Yeah, so long story short, we kind of agreed to ride in their wagon. Not our best decision, but mostly just to get to Red Larch here in hopes of helping this kid. And once we got here, they absolutely refused to pull over. And, I mean, we fully intended to turn them over to the authorities in the next town, but we were hoping we could kill this kid first.
I would kind of think that Karsnook would argue that just because he had an agreement. He had
Karsnook can argue as much as he wants.
He had an agreement with them that, or you guys had an agreement that you would make it past Tribor, and that's where you would get your payment, or so you believed. And so he believes that now he has been gypped out of, some kind of payment once again, and you are no longer.
She's gonna hold up a hand and say, all complaints can be submitted to the Emerald Enclave in triplicate, but that's not here. You'll have to complain to my officials, higher-ups, at the Enclave headquarters. I'm sorry. And she'll immediately dismiss him.
Yeah, and if you want to complain about what I did, you have to talk to my god.
I'm waiting.
So after a bit of time, and you kind of get washed up and take care of yourselves here, and she feeds you and brings you some somewhat reasonable accommodations while you're staying within the bathhouse here. She mentions that she'll give you, or she'll kind of pass word along to one of the Wainwrights, Thelorn's Safe Journeys, which is number 5 here on the map, that they should offer you a bit of a discount on behalf of the Emerald Enclave, and try to help to get you back on the road. Also mentions over to the southeast here, the smithy, Tantor's Smithy. If you wanted to stop there, you could probably get another barrel that would be suitable for a young humanoid to fit within if you wanted to do so.
So that means one just big enough for Grand. Got it.
Again, they mention that the barrel obviously isn't going to be too much trouble. A few silver pieces and he'll be happy. He can get barrels all day long. But they are giving you a 50% discount at the Wainwright. So if you want to calculate the cost of a horse and wagon, they will be able to supply both for you.
How much is coming out of the party treasury?
Wagon is 35 normally.
How much is the horse?
Hi, chat, by the way. Nice to have you here.
Oh, wait, we need
Hope you were enjoying this session. That was
50, so
interesting, and I expected it to go haywire right off the bat. And I wasn't disappointed.
33.3, so you're repeating, of course?
32 and a half.
Wait,
No,
did
that
I
was a
math
joke.
wrong?
There's nowhere
I
even
math wrong.
close.
It's 85 divided by 2, sorry.
85 divided by
So 42.5 gold. So 42 and 5 silver.
Okay. 42.
You know, we could probably just put Nav on the cart.
I'd rather not kill our good friend.
But he can pull it.
I don't want to pull it. I know I can. I don't want to.
Are you saying you can't turn into a horse?
No, I cannot.
No,
No,
Selja.
why Nav couldn't turn into a horse?
No,
He's not
no,
cool like
Selja.
me.
You can't turn into a horse and pull it for us?
I think Selja could do that.
How, how long does your wild shape last?
I mean, it lasts until I
Probably not.
turn it off.
Oh, okay. I thought wild shape had a time limit. Never mind. Yeah, you're
I
our
mean-
new horse.
Why does it have to be a horse? Why don't we just Karsnik stays in bear form? Done. Bear pulling the cart.
I
Because
don't,
he would expect payment.
and I don't know if he can stay in bear
'Cause he-
form that long.
No.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it
This
up.
is backfired on me.
I don't think you can stay in horse form long enough.
It's not a thing. There's no time limit. You stay
is.
and no, there's not.
It's half your druid level.
No, that's how many times you can do it.
No,
Okay, but half your druid level in what, days, hours, minutes?
hours.
I'm not seeing that anywhere on this ability.
Let me go look. If that's not the case, I've been playing my druid wrong the entire time.
It should have a
Oh,
limit
nope.
on it.
Yep. No, he's right. You can stay in B shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down. So I can stay in a horse form for 3 hours, 6 if I expend both of them for travel. So yeah, that's not really efficient.
It's not super viable, no.
Let's just buy a horse. It's
And-
fine. We have that.
And
Let's
yes,
just
it
buy
would.
a horse, guys.
More
Yes.
efficient in the long run.
It would technically be Lanthadar, wouldn't it? Not Pelor here.
Lathander.
Lathander, yes.
Sure.
Yeah, you're getting
Sure.
right on, guys.
I was. You were right.
I wasn't going to directly call you out, but
But you did.
But he did.
But you literally did.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's fine.
I put
It's
it in.
always
I put it
You
in.
literally
call to
did.
be
But that's
in-house.
fine. We'll change it.
It's always better
It's
to do that.
cool.
It's cool. It's cool.
And Keelan is dead.
It's not like I'm still bitter that somebody counterspelled my thunder wave.
Hey, that's not the
still
DM's fault.
It's not.
And now
I don't-
you're contradicting the DM during the game. All right.
Whoa.
We can have that happen.
Wasn't contradicting. I'm helping you achieve optimal immersion.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So-
Selja's
But
not gonna
I'm
stand
afraid
next
of
to
Paylor.
Killiday for a
Not
while.
standing next to Keelan for a while.
Suddenly, lightning strikes the Eladrin.
I was gonna say a rock, just a rock
Curse
from a
you,
Giant lava-filled rock falls from the sky and lands on top of Keelan.
Oh no, the little boy turned into an aboleth and eats her.
With Paylor written on the side of the rock.
Right? Paylor was here.
Paylor was here.
All right, so we're buying a wagon and a horse.
Okay.
Already
Buying a
got
wagon
the
and a
money.
horse. All right. So you're
And a
able to
barrel.
do so pretty easily. Like I said,
Can I get an Emerald Enclave discount?
you did. I
We
told
did,
you,
we got
50%
50%
off.
Sweet.
Yep. Because you're our Emerald Enclave, you got a 50% discount, which I should now take back because, yeah.
No. Did I
Do our-
mention you look very
Do our
handsome today,
papers
DM?
get us free horse? Don't
No,
we have?
Now,
Oh,
don't eat the horse.
don't eat
The
the
horse
horse.
is more expensive than the
The
wagon.
horse is literally more expensive than the wagon.
I also need to buy a turkey for Nat.
I can't remember what game we have papers to give us reign to do whatever we want in.
That's in Tyranny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, so
Keelan, I think we should also go check on our suspect.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure he's not free and already gone or anything.
I'm sure he's not reported back the fact that we attacked him and that our inn is now in danger.
But that guy spoke so highly of us too. He's gonna be in real trouble when this gets back to him.
Yarp.
Well, let's remember, we never liked those guys anyway.
Apparently.
We like the town people.
No,
Not
I
the
mean,
Zentarum.
the Zentarum guys. They
Oh,
already
those
had.
guys.
They were already talking about us, about how shitty we were after that one girl sent the flying snake away. So
But different cell though. Different.
It was a different cell. You're right. But now you have 2 cells that are not happy with you. You just have to figure out how far their reach extends.
Yeah.
We also have
We could.
Conclude the campaign and
Or
conquer
we could
every
just
single
go-
cell of Zentarum.
Or we could just go kill this guy and this cell would never know.
You know,
I-
we could.
We'd
We
have to
could
kill them
just.
both.
You'd have to kill them both, and the other one's long gone.
We just align ourselves with Xanathar's guild, and they don't ever mess with us.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Who's this Xanathar guy?
Who's standing there? So, is that what you're planning on doing? Is try to hunt down this individual?
Oh, I say we keep our journey going.
Ignore the guy?
Guys, that's a real quandary. Do we want to CYA, or do we keep going and just hope it doesn't come back?
oh, it's
Well,
gonna
it's
come
gonna
back.
come back.
Even
It's
if we
definitely gonna
CYA,
come back.
Like we
Yes,
can
but we can-
prevent
we
this
can
one guy,
hope.
but we have no idea where the other one is.
I'd rather at least partially cover.
Okay, let's go deal with the one who's still in town.
Well, if we look at it like this, he has no reins. He doesn't have a guy to trade off with him, so his travel time just got extended. So it's entirely
Ooh.
possible that we maybe could catch up to him. Maybe.
That's true. He's gonna
Uh,
have a real bad time.
But as for
The
I
problem
don't,
is he went the wrong way.
yeah.
Did he?
I mean, I don't
He
know.
went north.
He did?
Yep. The wagon turned north. They clipped the All Faith's shrine
Oh.
here, and then continued north.
Oh, we're good then. Let's cover this guy and then go after the other guy, since he's on our way.
Should we maybe try to see if there's someone who can help the kid? Unlikely as
Y'all,
it might
y'all,
be.
y'all can do that while we go.
Goblins go secure healing, and we'll go check on the guy.
Okay.
Goblins and dwarf.
I would
Oh,
probably
gosh.
take the dwarf with you.
No, because the dwarf is going to insist on talking.
Leave the dwarf.
No,
You
bring
know
you take
Dwarf,
the dwarf
you're in
with
charge
you.
of checking the wagon and keeping it safe, dwarf.
I was gonna say take the dwarf just for
He's not very quiet.
an even spot. Well, he's not here right now. I would
Well,
bring
we,
him.
we should leave the dwarf in the bathhouse with our charge
Okay.
until we figure out
Yeah,
if we can
he
actually
should
help him.
watch the kid.
All right, fine. I was gonna say, but it's fine. It's fine. Out of character, you realize bringing Grand Cool anywhere where it requires divinity stuff is always a terrible idea, right?
Well, then you can
Yeah,
do
no, I
it.
know. This will be fun. Let's go.
Oh no,
Lucas-
I'm totally
Lucas,
for it.
Do you want to split up? Do you want to split up our efforts then, Lucas?
No, you guys go. No, we've already established it. It's fine. Go, rah!
I just wanted I wanted you all to be the gobliniest you could be, but you started poking holes in my plan, so I just
but
wanted to be
out
sure.
I did it out of characterly, so your Q&A has no reason in character to change up the group. So
Uh,
yeah,
Nope. And Lucas doesn't care.
All right, but we're still having a conversation about that counterspell.
That's we've already had that.
Yeah, but I'm still in summer, so I'm not happy about it.
That's fine.
Okay. So I'm going to assume you guys are over by the Wainwright, getting everything prepared and everything like that. The bathhouse being number 15. Number 8, directly to the south of it, is Lauren's Bakery, which is the individual who grabbed the the guy and took him in that direction to kind of pull him away from the rest of the group.
So we'll approach the bakery then.
Okay.
The home of the Larch Zentarum.
As you begin to approach the bakery, give me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
See if
Wait,
you
not
can
performance.
locate the body.
Whoever is closest, or whoever is going towards that bakery.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
I see the things.
So
I
as
don't.
you're walking closer, Lucas is dead focused on getting in this bakery and trying to find the individual and confront them. Keelan notices kind of like out of the corner of her eye as you're approaching, flying off in the back, another one of the winged snakes quickly begins to dart off into the distance from the backside of this building.
Do I have enough time to get my bow out?
Sure. You'd have
You
to
pointed
shoot it.
out.
I mean, you're going to be here, so let's see. Back of... Oh, not there. You'll be up one. And I don't think the measurements are correct. Let me see.
Knew it.
I don't think the measurements are right.
Yeah, it was totally
That's all right.
shady.
Measurements aren't
Those
right,
are
but the
here.
building would probably be about 45 feet deep from the side of the road that you're on, which means you're aiming upward. I'd say it'd be at about the 65, 70 foot mark.
Okay, Lucas, Snake, it's totally again on their side, and then I'm gonna shoot with the bow.
I'd like to pull my bow out and do the same.
Okay.
Since it's still my pack weapon.
I'll let you fire on it at disadvantage because you're kind of reacting to her telling you.
Okay. For the first shot at least.
Sure. Okay. Both of you hit. Go ahead and give me damage on it. Keelan, as your arrow flies off, yours is the
Jesus
first
Christ.
to impact. So yours is the first to impact as it hits the snake, and you watch as the arrow pierces through the head of the snake, and the snake immediately begins to fall. And Lucas's reaction, he fires off, and the arrow pierces through it a second time, and it drops to the backside of the house that you're standing in front of.
Quick, let's go intercept it before they notice.
I think it's somebody's
Yes.
bed.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
It probably has a name. It probably
We come around the corner, and the 4 children who just let their flying snake out to stretch its wings.
Right, since flying snakes are back on.
As you... so what are you doing? You just going back to go get it?
Yeah, we're gonna go around to see if we can catch it.
Okay. Not taking a second to kind of stealth your way around, the proprietor and the individual that you were trying to kind of talk to, Justin, see you kind of walking or running by the windows and heading towards the back, which immediately grabs their attention. They run to the back and kind of kick the door open, seeing the snake on the ground, and immediately turn and look in your direction as you kind of fling around the corner.
Hey,
What's up, guys?
Totally not suspicious that you're sending out Zentarum snakes. Let's have a chat.
Justin looks at you and says, "I don't think you want to chat with me, friend."
Oh, I think we do.
I definitely recall the cart thing going very in our direction. And she glances at Lucas for a moment before trying to look tough again.
Lucas just shrugs.
So, remember how you said you couldn't be late? You're already way behind schedule. Make it easy on yourselves and just don't do anything stupid.
As you mentioned that, he kind of looks at you and grins and says, "Oh, you thought that was for us. I see. Very well."
So tempted to shoot him in this stupid face.
Bet you won't.
Hey,
Stop telling him to do that.
That would absolutely be murder if I did.
In the center
Also,
of a town, that is cool. You go ahead. You do you.
pretty convenient that this baker that says there's no Zentarum in this town is so friendly with a
Also
Zentarum
really
agent.
ballsy to put it right next to the Emerald Enclave.
The owner, Megabar Lauren, kind of looks at you and says, "How dare you accuse me? I just saw a man in need."
Yeah, we're not buying what you're selling.
Can I insight him?
Yeah.
Roll well. Oh, that's not bad.
We're not buying what you're selling, Baker.
Unless you do.
I mean, he does have things to sell if you want to buy them.
Shh. The phone works with my doubting insight roll.
Ask
I'm
him
not-
to see if he has any turkey.
I'm not buying what you're selling unless you got pumpernickel. Then I'm
Unless you
buying
got
all of
Um,
it.
turkey.
He doesn't have pumpernickel, but he has
She
cheese
looks,
top.
She looks over her shoulder. Is that sourdough I smell?
As you say that, Lauren kind of speaks up and he's like, "No, it's cheese top mushroom buns." But he kind of, as you start to look at him a bit closer and you're watching his reactions, he's not making eye contact with you.
I'm really hungry now.
Yep.
He doesn't want confrontation because he is living comfortably in this village here, and he doesn't bring harm to the people. So he's just like trying to do what he's told, and that's it. And you kind of get this feeling that he's not about to cause a confrontation with you. He was just trying to help somebody.
Buddy, hey, how you doing? My name's Keelanay. We're all friends here, except your Gentarum buddy there. Tell you what, I'm more than happy to buy up all of those cheese buns if you just turn around, don't tell your friends, and let us deal with him. Because nobody knows that the cart to got stopped in Red Larch. We made sure of that.
As you say that, the other individual, Justin, kind of looks at you and says, "You fools, did you not hear me? The time frame was not for us. If we weren't where we were supposed to be at certain times, they knew it was because of you. It was all a test, and you have failed miserably."
And do you think we're worried about them?
If you're not, you should be.
I mean, we've already killed a bunch of you already.
I mean, they've
I
killed a
probably
bunch of
would've
you
kept that.
already.
I would have
I got filled in on the whole Nightstone thing a while back.
Oh yeah, you weren't
it
there,
sounds
were
like,
you?
It sounds like
Oh,
they're
it was
really
Great
dangerous.
fun.
So
Oh.
we can do this the easy way, and she's going to face step behind him, or we can do it the hard way.
Oh,
Okay.
that's.
Well,
I'm a little taken aback by that, by the suddenness.
okay, hold on. 1 second, please.
I should have went with them, Grinkle.
Going to note,
Shoulda went with them.
we still have no problem with the Baker man.
Okay.
Unless he changes our mind.
Unless he changes our mind. Meanwhile, in Goblin Town,
I'm not really a
Meanwhile,
baker.
in Goblin Town. Oh, let's see. I gotta drag over some people here. This one's gonna go here.
I mentioned I love the summer aspect.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun.
1 sec.
Why couldn't I have this group for Civil War? Pandora never gets to have this much fun.
Okay. So we're doing this then. Well, that's not what I wanted.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Well, that was
Whoa, we
just
really,
Hold
we
on
really
there.
overestimated this baker shop.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an initiative roll, please.
Anybody seen a cleric? Trying to find one here.
Need to find religion. Oh, dice! Why? Why would you do this?
Okay. Going to set that, and then I'm going to go back to the rest of our party here. Actually, I should move them. One sec. I'll just move you guys individually over there. So give me a second. Because the rest of you are still here.
So you can individually put people on maps?
Yeah. It's super neat.
That's really cool. How do you do that?
You grab their tag at the bottom, like where it says their name, and you just drag it up to that part of the map, and it puts them there individually.
That is the coolest thing ever, and I'm
Yeah.
so using that from now on. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. The rest of you, since you are still in town, this location right here, number 3 on your map, is the cleric house that I had mentioned at the beginning here. One sec, pulling up all of my notes again, because some reason it's closed. There it is. Yeah, number 3. The Helmet High Sun. As I mentioned, it is a previously rundown inn located somewhat near town square here that was perched by Lathander, not Pelor, and repurposed as a safe haven for the clerics of that god.
Hello? Anybody good at healing in there?
Inside, you see there are quite a few people inside, and kind of peek in the door a little bit. Initially, the people are a little taken aback by the fact that you're goblinoids, but they quickly get over it and kind of look at you and say, "Is there something we can do for you, child?"
that I imagine that we put Arton like into his barrel on the wagon. We're driving him around town.
Either that or left him in the bathhouse. I mean, either one would be suitable.
Yeah, we left him in the bathhouse with the first.
Whichever
Unless
one you
wanna
want.
Dragging him around is humorous too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's drag him around.
Okay.
Yeah, we're dragging him around just to be safe.
Yeah.
As we enter inside this sanctuary church thing,
Yeah.
Greco's gonna walk up and just kind of point back towards the door. We got a guy in here that needs healing. Any of you good at healing?
They all kind of look at you and say, "Well, of course we're good at healing. It's kind of our thing." But he looks in fine health, save for his kind of slimy and translucent skin. Wait, what has he been in contact with?
An aboleth!
Yeah, an aboleth at the...
Yeah, that.
You look, and they kind of look amongst each other, and one of the clerics in the back kind of speaks up and says, "Well, we could maybe perform like a lesser restoration or something," but
Nah, that won't work.
he kind of shakes his head and he's like, there's nobody that is as knowledgeable to be able to take care of this as you would need to be able to solve this problem here. Might I suggest you head to Waterdeep or somewhere with a bit of a larger clergy to select from?
You're gonna say Yatar, aren't you?
He didn't. He just said Waterdeep because Waterdeep.
What about Yatar? You think there's somebody there?
He kind of looks at you and says, "Well, I'm pretty sure it's a fairly large city, a good trade port. There would be plenty of people in the city there that might be able to assist."
Nab's gonna ask quite innocently, "Well, why are y'all knowledgeable enough?"
They kind of look at you, not offended, but a little quizzically, and kind of look at you and say, "Well, That's because only certain individuals are powerful enough. As I'm sure you guys are aware in your travels here, it's some people have abilities that others don't.
Nav
It-
just shrugs.
It's
Seems
like
weird.
how you can eat a whole turkey, Nav, but Karsnook can only steal some.
Not everyone's a god like me, Nav.
As you say that, the clergy members kind of look at you and don't say anything, but they have like this bit of a smirk on their face.
You're right. Not everyone can be you, Grinkle. Well, we tried.
Yeah, thanks. Does anybody know anything else that we could do for the kid to maybe ease his suffering a little bit more?
As you kind of mentioned that, the main clergyman here kind of looks at you and says, "Well, you're keeping him in water, so I believe that would be more than enough. But I'm sure the water's going to be stale after a while, and it's going to be disease-ridden. After a bit, you're going to want to change that water out, I can assure you."
Oh. Now you see, now that's good to know.
And he kind of nods and says, "I hope your travels find you well, and I hope that you find a clergy member that will be able to aid you in whatever city you venture to." And as he kind of says that, he looks back, and the others kind of nod and kind of give a bit of a soft bow and start turning away, and the door closes behind them.
All right. That was useless. Let's go see
Well-
where everybody else went.
I mean, it's good to know that we have to change the water. I mean, I was probably going to anyway, but it's good to know that he'll die if I didn't.
He would
I
have been
wasn't
fine.
planning on it.
Well, I know you weren't, Nev. That's why I was planning on it.
I'm going to kind of lean in towards Selja. I don't like him very much.
Wait, what did you say?
I don't like him very much.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying I
That
don't
was
like
totally
you.
not what I heard.
I heard you say I don't like you very much. I'm like, yeah,
You're getting into
That
the word
hurts.
being grand cool. You have to die.
All
that
right.
hurts so much.
And with that, we go back to Lucas and Keelan, who are were attempting to get the jump on Jostin, but unfortunately did not do so. As Jostin turns around, hearing Keelan's voice directly behind him, immediately pulling out a short sword and attacking her not once, not twice, but 3 times.
What the fuck?
21, 23, and 26.
Yeah, all of those miss. No,
They totally miss, like all of them. Hitting you for 18 points of damage. And then as he does, let's see, one sec.
Did the bath count as a short rest?
Sure.
Okay.
And then uses his, as he kind of jabs at you, taking the short sword, making these 3 quick attacks. He quickly disengages from you and immediately starts to pull back a little bit, kind of pulling behind the owner of the bakery here, and saying, "They're trying to attack me. You need to call the authorities now and get them here." And the baker kind of looks around like frantic, not sure what to do.
I'm going to point out that he stabbed me 3 times and I don't have a weapon drawn.
Yep,
Yeah.
sure did.
Good. Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to look at the baker and be like, he stabbed me, did not attack him.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna absolutely point out the common sense here of the bleeding person versus the not bleeding person holding a bloody dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Who attacks who?
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. This is all in 6 seconds, mind you.
Okay, what else?
10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, there. I'm gonna run up because you can't get that far from me. I'm gonna look at the baker and absolutely be like, "Don't be stupid. Look at what he's doing. He's using you now, and I'm going to appeal to his better nature.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. I'm just gonna fall on my sword because apparently this is when my dice screw me over.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you and he kind of looks at you, his eyes kind of darting back and forth between you and Justin here, and
Still no weapon drawn.
doesn't say anything. Guessing that's into your turn.
Yeah, that's it. I
Okay.
used my action to persuade him.
Okay, Lucas.
I'm gonna take a couple steps forward. Well, this deteriorated rather rapidly. I'm gonna cast Hold Person at the only level spell I know, and use it on both of them.
On both of them.
Yes,
Okay.
Jocelyn and the Baker.
Oh, okay. I was like, on both of who? Because I still haven't attacked anyone. Lucas, you betrayed me again.
Okay.
The DC 15.
Okay. The Baker rolled a 14.
So they both failed then?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. They're paralyzed.
Okay.
I'd like to just walk up. Don't do anything rash.
Justin kind of struggles against it, trying to break free, but does not break free. Keelan. Keelan.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh, that must have been my connection. What happened? Everything went silent on my end.
They're both paralyzed.
They're both paralyzed. Justin tried to break free, but could not.
I cast Hold Person, if you're wondering.
Yeah, I heard that. My
Yeah.
connection cut out while you were
Yep.
mid
And it's your turn.
They both failed.
Mm-hmm.
So, have fun.
Well, I'm gonna do the sensible thing. Cough.
Uh-oh.
Shit. Do you have any rope on you, Lucas?
I might.
Let's tie this fool up, because we didn't come here to murder him.
No. Oh crap.
I'm going to hold for the help action to tie him up if Lucas has rope.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I have rope. I'm just gonna go confirm it.
As this is going on, the Baker, looking kind of at everybody and now feeling this paralyzed sensation, begins to shout out, "Help! They are accosting me! Help me!" And shouting, and the voice kind of echoing through the city
Can
here.
he move his jaw?
How is he able to do that while paralyzed?
So he can't even talk? Okay. Okay. Nope, that's fine.
I'm
Nope, that's fine.
I'm just curious.
It's a 6. Yep, that's fine. He failed. Go ahead. This is you guys. This is what you're saying, so I'll go with it. If that's what you're telling me is going to be the case, then that's fine. Then when we move forward, and that's fine. But anytime that this comes up in the future, this is going to be the rule going forward. So if that's the case, then that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
That also
absolutely.
means no casting spells or anything like that. No somatic components, nothing. You can't do that. So
Yeah,
just
paralyzed.
okay.
Yeah, a paralyzed creature is incapacitated and can't move or speak.
Okay, that's fine. Then they are both out until they break free. So that's fine. Go ahead. So what are you doing?
We absolutely don't need to tie up the Baker. He's not.
No.
He's not.
I
He's
can
kind
do-
of
I can do
on the fence
what's-
about.
Better than rope. I
Okay.
have manacles.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
So-
Slap some manacles on that boy, and get his weapon away from him, because he hurts a lot.
Yes. Yes, he does. Oh, wait. Hold on. Inventory. Yep, I got manacle.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm not going to ask why, Lucas. What you do on your free time is on you. But
You never know when you run into these situations. From my former job career,
Go
I had to
on.
use these multiple times. I come over and I manacle.
You know what's funny? He kept digging himself into that hole. I didn't
Yeah,
really
he
have
did.
to
He
help that
he
much.
didn't even stop. He just like full speed ahead. Yep. Okay. He is manacled then. We will put him as manacled. What am I going to use for manacled? Yeah, we'll just use that. That's fine. Okay. Anything else?
Now the problem is, when I release the spell, they're both gonna yell.
Anything else?
absolutely, but we can still prove that he's a Zentarum.
This is true.
Zentarum or not, the thing you got to remember, just because somebody is part of the Zentarum doesn't inherently make them bad.
He also
I still,
stabbed her.
I still have a bloody dagger and a knife wound,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and his dead snake outside that probably has a message, a
Okay.
nefarious message.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
that's it.
All right. Yep. He fails again. Kilene?
Okay. I'm going to. What is he wearing?
Just a cloak. It's a bluish colored cloak. Nothing special. Just
He is
plain.
butt naked beside a cloak.
no. It. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Come on now.
Like is he in armor? Is he just in clothes? Like I'm just trying to expose the tattoo, so I just want to know what I gotta get through.
He's in studded leather.
Okay. Are his sleeves exposed? Because I mean, we already established that the tattoo's on probably an arm, so I want to just expose the tattoo.
He is in studded leather, so it would cover his arms.
Okay, then we don't need to worry about that just yet. We got his weapon away from him, so Lucas, I think we've wrapped this up. Do we need to be in combat anymore?
Yes.
I don't know.
Because they're gonna. If you're keeping them under a spell, then yes, you are staying in combat.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Like, are we considering this wrapped up where we can drop it?
No,
I want to know what his plan is
Oh.
before we move forward.
I'm ready to drop it whenever you want to.
Okay, so she's gonna look at the baker and be like, "Look, you're not involved in this. We're not attacking you. He attacked me, and we'll just call it square. And I still want to buy that bread. So, just if you're gonna call out, we're staying by our story that we're apprehending him for what he did. And you're not involved. We don't know that you're a Zentarum. You did nothing." And that's true.
Okay.
Can I persuade him again?
You can try.
Can I get advantage for wanting to buy his cheese buns?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey!
All right. Anything else?
No. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Lucas?
Confirmation. Does this guy still have his weapon?
You said you pulled it away from him.
Okay. I will drop the spell then.
Okay. As soon as you do, the baker immediately starts darting off. That's only 40 feet, making it off and around the side of the building, shouting and yelling that he has been accosted by these two ne'er-do-wells that have entered into the village, immediately drawing some undue attention to your location as the citizens turn and look in his direction.
You know, it would be easy just to murder people and move on, but we gotta do things the right way.
The right way.
How close are we to this guy?
I still think.
You're
Work.
just so you're at the. Let me come over to the map and show you. So yeah, you're right here in front of this building, and they are over here. The guy just came around the north end of the building and is out into the street. Just stepped out into the street.
So would you say that's about 60 feet away? And we can hear it.
Probably closer to 120 where you're at.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm not sure the distance. No, it's about 100 feet away based on measurements here.
Okay, so I'm assuming I heard him.
Yeah, you heard him.
I'm just going to turn towards Brinkle. I don't think Killaday's pretty good at this.
She seems to be having trouble. Let's go see what's going on.
Helene, would you mind going and getting our flying snake friend?
Absolutely. We have to have all of the evidence ready to present to the crowd once they arrive.
I'd also like, as she turns away, to change my packed weapon.
Okay. What are you changing it to?
The Yukwa.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
And guiding our new friend over.
Okay. And he kind of walks just nonchalantly with you having him shackled up. Doesn't resist, doesn't fight. Walks directly towards the road, following right beside you if that's where you're taking him.
I'm taking him to the corner. Where'd the snake drop? Did it kind of drop
Just to the back
corner?
side of the house, yeah.
Yeah.
It's over like in this area here ish.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna wait at the corner of the back of the bakery for
Okay.
Helene to come back.
Okay. All right. And what are you doing? Just trying to understand what the thought process is, because you're technically out of combat now. So I just need to know what the
okay.
plan is.
I'll use my time to round up the dead snake and round up his weapon that he attacked me with, because my blood is still on it and I'm clearly injured.
Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how I can remove that, but it's not going to let me. 1 second.
Okay.
Move this over. Trying to get it so it's easier to drag you guys over again. Back to this map. Okay. So everybody's about here now. No. Stupid computer. There. You're about right there. The rest of the party watched as the baker kind of ran out, mentioning that he was accosted by these visitors that have entered into the village. The people start to surround and kind of group around the front side of this building here. He looks a bit distraught, kind of taken back by all of this, not really sure what to do. And as the people start to gather, Keelan and Lucas and Justin, I keep forgetting his name, I don't know why, begin coming around to the front. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. We're not hiding that we apprehended it.
Yep. Okay.
No.
Start coming around the front with Justin's hands behind his back, manacled into place, as they walk forward, stepping out into the road. He kind of stands there, his chest up, his head held kind of high. The baker, frantic, kind of shouting that he's been accosted by these individuals. The town kind of surrounds you and looks at you and is kind of wondering what the hell's going on.
Are the town guard with them or just the villagers?
Yes, there's only a handful of town guard here. It's a pretty small village, so there isn't much need for guard. But after a few moments, they start to pour in, kind of hearing the ruckus up here.
Keelan is going to hold up the bloody weapon that he attacked her with. She's going to hold up the snake in the other hand, and she's going to say, "As I mentioned before, I am a member of the Emerald Enclave, and this man is a Zentarum agent, and he attacked me inside of the bakery. Your baker friend here is also in league with the Zentarum. We had given him a chance to not get involved to the point where he would be outed, but he decided to try and make things difficult. We did not attack him. As you can see, he is not injured nor accosted in any way. There's no damage that has been done to his shop. I, however, was attacked by this man, thus his apprehension.
Pretty convincing. The people kind of look at you, nodding in agreement, looking and seeing the flying snake. They kind of look at you, kind of waiting to see next what you're going to say as the supposed Zentarum agents the agent kind of stands there, his head high. The baker, who you are now accusing of being in cahoots with him, kind of looking a bit distraught and upset that you would even accuse him of such a thing, as you did before in the beginning when you were in the center of the town.
Now, good people, you're free to pass your own judgment on this baker if he is or is not a true Zentarum agent, but he was aiding this man, and he helped him try to get a message out through this snake. So, you can decide for yourself what sort of thing should be done with him. I have no qualms with this man. He is not trying to think of the word. He's not at fault with me. He was just looking to protect himself and not be truly involved outside of helping this criminal. So I will leave it to Red Larch to decide what to do with him.
As you start to mention this, the baker, who is still kind of frantic and kind of cowering a bit, kind of looks over and says, "Don't you people see? These individuals came into our town and assaulted this man. And not only that, but then they run into him in the back of my bakery and begin to accost him immediately. Of course he's going to react, and he's going to attack in return. He's going to retaliate. Who's going to allow something like this to happen in their own backyard? I certainly am not okay with this." And he immediately kind of puffs his chest up a little bit and kind of looks in your direction and says, "Guards, arrest these men."
I will note that there is no injuries on either of these men, nor is there any damage done to the bakery shop.
Do you really want to go down this path, Baker?
It is a very, very puffed up accusation to say that you were attacked with no injuries or any weapons drawn against you.
He kind of looks at you and says, "What proof do you have that you never drew a weapon?" And then the Zentarum agent kind of looks at you and says, "Not only that, but your aim isn't that good to begin with."
She gestures to the snake with an arrow in its head.
"Oh, you attacked a pet snake. Oh, I see. Too bad you can't hit somebody in combat."
I attacked a true Zentarum snake, yes. And furthermore, your provocations are cute, but ill-placed. You're not doing very good, other than digging your hole deeper.
You start to hear people in the village freak out a little bit, feeling that there's Zentarum agents now in the city, and they kind of turn and look, and the one, what is her name? Haley? Haley, was that her name? Haley?
It was Haley.
It was Haley. She kind of looks at you and she starts to walk over and says, "Don't forget to check for the tattoo."
Absolutely. And when she says, "Well, hopefully I had something witty and then I lost it," she's gonna undo the studded leather to reveal the tattoos
That aren't there.
that aren't there.
That are not there.
Yes.
Quick, prestidigitation.
Make them show up! Make them show up!
I say, quick, turn around and draw a snake.
The caravan guy that was in leagues.
Curious question though. When I grabbed the snake, was there anything on it?
No, there was nothing on it.
Okay, because I recall like the lady wrote a note.
She
on her
did.
snake,
Yeah, she attached a note
there was
to
nothing,
it. Yeah.
Nothing on.
No,
on this
there was
one?
nothing on the snake.
All right, that's unfortunate.
So, the guy, the caravan guy that you know to be in leagues with the Zentarum, kind of looks at you and chuckles and said, "It was a nice play, though, wasn't it?"
Yeah, I'm
You
just
still,
gonna interrupt.
you still attempted to kill somebody, so
Why are you not stripping him naked? You said it was only on the arm somehow.
that's fair. She's gonna strip him all the way down.
Okay, yeah, and unfortunately, you're not seeing anything.
I figured as much, but I still
Yeah.
wanted to get the satisfaction out of this.
Of stripping the guy in the center of the street.
Yep.
Yeah, so
And she goes, "See, a snake," and she gestures to what is obviously now the tattoo.
Seljan jumps on the cart and is like, come on!
we need to get out of
everybody
here.
else."
That doesn't look like a snake. It looks
That-
nothing like a snake.
The
I know,
baker,
it's more like a sad, pitiful grub or something.
Jesus Christ.
the baker kind of looks at you and says, "Have you no shame?"
No, she clearly doesn't!
I don't either.
Well,
In case you were wondering.
are you going to reveal your arm, sir?
And he chuckles and says, "Of course I will." And he rolls up his sleeves and reveals nothing on his arms.
Hmm.
Wait. Strip him down too.
Well, you have to be sure.
You're gonna need to search the whole town. If I roll a nat 20, can I convince the entire town to body
to
search?
strip naked? Sure.
Yeah.
Nat 20 only.
All right, this isn't serious, but just for fun.
Do it. There's one time you're gonna roll a
Do
nat
it.
20.
Roll a nat 20. Oh.
That would have been so worth it.
It would have.
There's only one question I want to know the answer of here. What kind of cheese is on those buns?
And I pull his mask off to reveal it was Old Man Jenkins all along.
It's Old Man Jenkins. As you begin looking these guys over, unfortunately, yeah, there's not enough evidence. Yes, you killed a flying snake. And yes, flying snakes are known to be part of the Zentarum.
And yes, he attacked us.
And yes, he attacked you. But you have no proof saying technically you didn't attack them.
That's fair.
And on top of that, they kind of look at this, and the village knows the baker, and they don't know you guys at all, except for Haley
and
that's speaking up
fine.
and
I
saying,
wasn't...
yeah, no. So Haley is definitely taking your side and agrees that they think something is fishy. But
and I wasn't ultimately throwing the baker under the bus anyway.
Yeah.
It was absolutely just you guys can decide how to react to that. So without any further, the tattoo was her trump card. Without that, she's really just, well, it's just a matter of him attacking us. So we can hand you over to the guard, and the guard can deal with that. But I've got nothing else.
And yeah,
it's the evidence is what it is.
Yeah, and at this point, yeah, they can. The guards will take him. Obviously, he has accosted you. He has attacked you. He has landed the hits. So they will hold him for attacking
I want my
you.
manacles back.
Yes, and you can take your manacles back. But unfortunately, they aren't fully sold. Yes, they're suspicious as hell right now that there's Zentarum, based on what you're telling them. And with the help of Haley, they're kind of leaning in that direction. But to them, they don't have enough proof to just outright say, both of you guys are Zentarum. We're locking you away and throwing away the key. So they're going to lock the guy away until probably sometime down the road and eventually end up releasing him, I'm sure.
Hey,
Oh.
that's satisfactory enough
Yeah.
for me. It's the best
Still good enough.
it's the best we can do without tearing up the baker shop.
Yeah.
And there's
Actually-
no way we're getting a warrant.
That's true.
Oh, wait, no, he's the one that fell off. Never mind.
Yeah, he's the one that fell off. The other one kept going.
How healthy does he look?
I would put my money down that the other one had the tattoo, absolutely, but probably not this guy. Or you could probably even argue that both of them probably didn't, since they're just runners. It's fine.
So, so they'll take the guy in, put him into the local holding cell here. The baker kind of pleading with the magistrate a bit, trying to get everything to an understanding and explain his side of the story, and trying to kind of calm the waves a little bit. And with that, we'll take a 5-minute break and come back and continue on.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I will be back. That was rough.
Okay.
I'll be back in just a couple minutes. We'll take a 5-minute
Well,
break,
that
come
didn't
back,
go the way I thought
and
it would.
figure out how we're going to handle everything.
Admittedly, it went better than I thought it would, so let's be happy
Also,
about
that's
that
true.
one.
Hey, I'm just
a hilarious
happy my
episode.
hold person worked.
Yeah, because he probably would have killed the fuck out of us.
Speak for yourself.
He hit pretty hard, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. It's true. I fully expected the baker to decide that it was much more in his advantage to get rid of us. Sir, he did 3 attacks. I was fully prepared to be dead if he landed a sneak attack.
You can only sneak attack once per round.
That's true, but it's still a lot of dice.
No, it is.
I was-
Yeah.
When you,
I'm just saying.
fully
when you're,
prepared.
when you're,
I was
when
fully
you're high
prepared
enough to do 3 attacks,
I'm just saying. There are ones on all of those die.
oh yeah, for sure. Also, Forge, I love you, but you can land sneak attacks on the first round if a person hadn't moved yet. Off.
Isn't that dependent on the rogue class or not?
No, you. If the rogue is higher in the initiative, if a person hadn't acted in the initiative yet, you're technically considered to have advantage against them. It's like the old flat-footed rule.
It might not be the same for monsters with sneak attack, though.
Or
But
NPC rogues?
Oh, that's true.
Also, I
guess-
thought
I
that
guess
was
if
just
you add them out.
the assassin rogue. But
It might
I-
just be assassin.
Base
think
sneak
it
attack
is.
does not give you that on.
It is
Yeah,
assassins. You get
Yep,
advantage.
Yep, okay,
on
I'm
things.
just thinking assassin. Ignore me.
No.
I mean, assassin's one of the better rogue classes.
Oh, absolutely.
For that
I
reason.
mean, swashbuckler is hands down the best.
Yeah, but is that even a rogue at that point?
No.
No, it is not.
The one time I'll say Pathfinder did a better job. The swashbuckler class is so good.
I'll be right back.
Welcome back. This episode is hilariously awesome. She's going to be apologizing a lot come the next day.
At least from a DM standpoint, is for story's sake, I'm trying to get certain things to happen, and they're not happening. and that's incredibly frustrating. Because then I'm trying to throw story in elsewhere, and it's just not. It doesn't feel cohesive to me.
PCs.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'll deal with it. It's fine. I'll deal with it. It's fine. Stop making me deal with it.
I hate you people. I'm gonna kill you.
I hate you right now.
They're gonna kill all of you.
Unfortunately, gotta roll with it when that happens.
Nope.
And
it's fine.
like I absolutely apologize for having to play her this way, but it's like
that's fine, and I'm just rolling with it and doing what I can with it.
Yeah, and it's like not even. I'm trying to keep it where it's reasonable and not like just lol random murder hobo, because it's like she absolutely would have had Lucas go after this Zentarum person, and once we saw the snake, it was like, oh, well, we have to do it now because he was like, oh, threatening you and all this other shenanigans, and it's like, oh boy, we have to cover this. I was like, I asked. It's like, do we want to CYA or skip town? And everybody wanted to CYA, so it's like, okay. She absolutely would have been on board for just leaving and not looking back.
Everything is all right in the world. I have no ice cream.
So we'll just tell Snow that it was all Karsten's fault when he gets back.
Yeah,
Isn't everything?
I'm kind of curious to see what happened. I'll have to talk to him and find out. Because he said I talked to him earlier and he said he was going to be here, so. I don't know.
Something serious
happened.
must have come up on the
Yeah.
way back.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah. All right. So, everybody here.
Yes.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes.
I'm here.
3,
I'm not here.
4. Nav.
I'm back.
Yay.
Yay.
Cool. All right. So, after all of that, you kind of rest for the evening and kind of get your wits about you a little bit, trying to kind of figure out what to do next. What is the current plan of attack?
Is it next day rest, or are we still in the evening?
It would be next day. I mean, unless you're just immediately trying to head out, you can always do that too. It's up to you.
I mean, I rolled for my thing, so I'm assuming we waited.
Okay.
But if we want to leave, we can leave.
I
I'm
mean,
down to rest.
we have a wagon. If we wanted to
Yeah.
rest on the way, we could
We
leave now.
absolutely had no real reason to stick around unless the town told us not to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody's forcing you to stay around. They have their suspicions and they're kind of leaving it at that. They're still a bit suspicious of you as a group, but with the help of Haley kind of talking them down a little bit, they're kind of letting things pass and just letting you go about your business.
And well, if we stay, then Helene probably would be doing a lot of damage control that night with Haley, talking to her, passing along what information she knows, our recommendations and good graces in Golden Field and all that. Let it just kind of like, it's like, yeah, so just so you know who we are and what we're doing, and it's like if you have to issue a complaint, I'm based out of Golden Field. She's doing her organization CYA.
Just damage control.
Yeah, you should warn her about the
Yeah.
giants too, maybe.
Yeah. She's gonna pass everything. She's gonna she's like, yeah, we're out of Golden Field. Here's what happened. Sorry that this got dumped on you. Don't get assassinated. All that stuff.
And she appreciates the kindness of giving them the information that you have and everything like that. Also, is the AC too much background noise?
Don't
Do you
hear it
hear
at
it?
all.
Okay,
Nope,
cool.
I don't hear
She's also going to like completely rat out barge right in as well.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay. And kind of pass along the note that, one second, I closed that note too. Of course I did. Open. There it is. Passing along the note that the leader, the kind of boss of in Barge Right in Nalaskar, Thaland is who sent these individuals past. Kind of just gathering, giving them as much information as you can. And again, Haley kind of, nods and thanks you for the information. And kind of mentions that she's going to pass it along to the people of Waterdeep as well, who I'm sure would be interested to find information as well. So it's roughly 2.5 days from Red Larch.
Sorry, I just thought of something else. When we took the baths, did we see her arms at all?
Who?
Haley.
What of them?
No tattoos.
Is there a snake?
No, there's no snake.
Before she was the Zentarum the whole time.
No, she wasn't Zentarum. She is legit Emerald Enclave.
Okay.
She knew things about the Emerald Enclave that only you would know about.
She did do the secret handshake.
And did the secret handshake, so yeah.
All right, I'll stop interrupting now.
Oh, that's okay. So yeah, it's roughly about 2.5 days from Red Larch to the next town, which is Westbridge. The path along the north road, or the long road, is pretty quiet. You don't run into anything. You do see a few more travelers on the road than usual, heading from the north to the south. But after a bit of time, you slowly make your way to Westbridge here. Path venturing into the very sleepy village of Westbridge. This one-horse, one-building blip on the map is home to the Harvest Inn, the only building in the village, which rests on the western side of the long road at a T in the road facing towards the Sown Trail. So it sets on the west road, faces towards the east. The exterior of the inn isn't very extravagant. The outside of it made from lumber that has been pulled from the outskirts of Crypt Garden Forest to the west. The roof of it is made of thinly shaped stones which kind of shimmer in the night sky as you're kind of passing through. Thanks to Keelene's contacts in the Emerald Enclave, you do know that the village's close proximity to the forest often deters people from sticking around at the inn for very long. Many people fear that they're going to run into ancient dragons that call the wooded region home, and eventually end up deciding to continue to push onward from whatever location they're going to. If you would like to stop, you can. Otherwise, we can continue on. That is up to you. It is a stop in the road if you would like to do so.
Are there any smells coming from it that I would be interested in?
Not really. It's pretty, like, you look, even as you look over at the end, it looks like a really small house. Like, kind of glancing in through the windows, you only see like 4 or 5 chairs inside of this place, and like as you're kind of looking, you see maybe you see one door, and there doesn't seem to be very many people inside.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay. Few
What
more.
if everyone's okay with that?
Yeah. Everybody.
Just for bookkeeping clarification, how many days did you say it was? 2 or 3?
2.5 days from Red Larch to here. So it's 2.5 days basically from Barge Right In to Red Larch, and 2.5 to Westbridge. Give or take a little bit of time. You'll have like a half day or so that was lost in Red Larch because you guys stuck around. So
All right, so she's back in the autumn form where you guys recognize her. But the first day she was in winter, so she was all tears and apologetic for causing trouble. But now she seems to be back to normal when you first met her. We don't need to stop, right? Nobody wants to pull over for like anything.
No, I kind of want to get him sorted out, get paid, and
We should get him sorted out. Yeah.
Give me somebody give me a nature check.
huh? Why nature? That's the
Why
thing
nature?
That I do.
Good job, Nav.
Selja, as you look back at the barrel, you kind of notice the water's getting a little musty. It could probably last a few more days, but here before long, you're probably going to want to refill.
Oh, that's a simple fix because I have memorized create or destroy water specifically for this purpose. So I will actually
Yay.
upend the barrel, and then I will fill it with water.
All right. And refilling the water, he kind of settles back in and everything is fine. You continue traveling, I'm guessing, straight north towards Tribor then?
Ooh, I can't wait to see what's going to happen there because that's where we were supposed to drop our boys off.
Mm-hmm.
If we could avoid Tribor, that would be great, guys.
Was there any sign of him on the road?
You see a lot of wagon tracks here. It's
Okay,
the
so
long
it's
road,
probably
so it's
way too
hard
much.
to tell. Yeah, it's really hard to tell. You see,
Did Nav smell him at all so he could follow his scent?
no.
We didn't like see a wagon smash into a tree or anything along the way.
No, surprisingly, as you're kind of watching along the long road, it doesn't seem like there's nothing that's like a disturbance in the road. For whatever reason, it's just kind of, you're looking around, you're hoping you're going to find something. Everything just looks normal.
Okay.
So if we really wanted to avoid Tribor, it looks like we could cut between the roads there. But that would be off-roading, so I don't know exactly how the wagon would hold up on that.
But we
Anyone
really don't.
familiar with the area?
We really don't need to avoid it. And they did say that Tribor had fought off a giant attack. We could check in and see how they're doing. We don't have any reason to avoid the town. The Zentarum agents were the ones who wanted to avoid it, and we're not working for them.
Technically, a correction on that. They weren't trying to avoid Tribor. They were concerned because of the giant attack. They wanted some protection.
I thought we needed to get them through it.
Oh no,
Sorry.
they were concerned about the giants in the area. That's
They
their
were
concern.
concerned about being murdered by giants.
Yeah, that was what they were worried about.
Yeah, so it's probably best to stay out of those hills then.
What?
Yeah, no off-roading. That sounds really dangerous.
Well, I was thinking maybe we can make this wagon into a barge.
We can go ask them about the giants. We want more information on them anyway, right?
I mean, we also know how to kill them.
I mean, you just hit them with magic and swords and stuff.
And they die.
Okay, so what would you guys like to do?
We're going on Tribor.
I guess going to Tribor.
Okay.
Tribor.
Roughly 3 days of travel from where you are to there. But you get about 2 days in, making your way north, and you kind of get, well, let me kind of read this here. As you make your way north towards Tribor, the path ahead is now getting very busy the closer you get to the city. What was occasionally a few wagons here and there is now a lot of wagons that are rushing by. But the people just seem to be in a hurry. As you continue making your way that direction, you look off to the east towards Dasaran Hills, which end up littering the horizon, and you notice this small lake off to the side with a crumpling tower resting upon one of the hills, less than a quarter mile off the road here. From your vantage point, you take immediate note of the conical roof with parts of it and the outer shell kind of fallen into the tower with a gaping hole through the roof of it and 4 hawks circling overhead.
Are they hawks or buzzards?
They're hawks. Give me... what check do I want here? Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Lucas, you're not familiar, but Selja and Keelan, as you look, you notice the crimson-colored feathers of these birds that are kind of flying over, and recognize them as bloodhawks. You know them to be typically aggressive if somebody gets close enough to bother them. Otherwise, they generally won't kind of interrupt the things that are going on around them. But they do appear to be focusing on something below.
There's some aggressive hawks over there, and they look like they're going after something.
We should probably check that out. It might be somebody in danger. They tend to be pretty aggressive, though.
What were they circling over? Like a tower?
It's a small tower that's kind of caved in. The roof of it's kind of caved in a little bit.
Are they carrion birds?
No.
Okay, so we don't think they're circling a dead thing then. Okay. It might be worth looking into. It's a pretty interesting landmark, but we do have our priorities as well.
Do we see anybody around us?
No, aside from the travelers on the road, I mean, no. You could pull off to the side of the road and be uninterrupted, but, I mean, there are tons of people going up and down the road right now.
I mean, if I see somebody, I'm going to lean over and be like,
Hey! What's that tower?
One of the villagers heading north towards Tribor, as you kind of shout out to him, he doesn't even stop. He continues going, but he just kind of shouts out, "That's just the old tower." He just keeps going.
Thanks for the information!
Hey guys, it's just the old tower.
Wow, that's good. But does somebody live at the old tower?
I don't know. Didn't ask him.
I know, I heard you.
Oh, okay.
It was more of an open-ended question just to get it out in the open.
Would you guys like to stop and check it out, or are you going to continue going?
Well, seeing as we have Karsnook to guard the cart,
Yes.
I say yes. Otherwise, if we all shuffled out of the cart, I would say no.
Okay.
But we do have someone to watch it.
First,
big is
you
the
don't
tower?
mind watching the cart, right?
If you mind, say something.
Awesome.
how big is this tower?
buddy.
The tower is... One sec.
Are we talking like guard tower? Are we talking ancient wizard's tower?
The tower is about 500 feet tall, I think. One
Oh,
sec.
Jesus.
I'm looking.
That's a big tower.
No.
Bet you we find Cubone's mud.
No, it's 100 and... I'm sorry, not 500. It's 140 feet tall. Still pretty big.
Still pretty big.
Still pretty big.
Ah,
I mean, as far as towers go, it's a pretty big tower.
As far as towers go, yeah.
What time of day is it?
It's daytime.
Like midday or morning or?
It's early morning. You've been riding for quite some time. You're on, like, you would probably finish making your way to Tribor within the day. Like, you'll be getting there at nighttime.
I say yes, because potential for combat. Let's go.
I too want combats, but I'm trying to make sure that we keep it in character here.
Big hill.
Have we been going through the night?
You've kind of been stopping off and on. At least that's what I'm assuming. You're kind of resting the horses. You're not trying to overwork them or anything like that.
Okay. All right. With that, Greg will look around at the rest of the group.
Well, do we want to stop and look at it, or keep going?
I'm intrigued.
Let's see what's there. Sure.
Old stuff usually has treasure.
Okay.
Okay.
Say that around Grand Cool.
I want to see it.
1 second.
I want to see gut.
Now Karshnik's not going to stay with the wagon.
No, I said that in that when we all talk away from him.
So from the side that you're standing, as you're looking forward, do you go left or right around the like? You don't see the doorway. Which side do you go?
Yes.
So, what does each side look like?
It looks like a tower.
Right.
But I
We go
mean,
right.
like, is there a path
We go
going
right.
up one side?
You go
What's
right.
that?
Is there like a path going up one side? Anything obvious?
Give me a nature check.
We're good at that.
That's worked out so well last time.
Yes.
God damn
Man,
it!
we both have +3. Come on.
You guys are so in tune with nature.
So in tune.
The
Such a
Ranger Druid
druid.
sucking it up.
Hey,
Well,
I have no defense. I just shut up.
Okay, 1 second. Gotta come back. No. As you look, there appears to be paths that go in both directions, but nothing definitive. Like, it's not like one path is used more than the other.
Alright, I heard someone say right. That's my vote too.
Okay. I hope this works.
Every instinct as a Zelda player is like, no, you go left first. You go left first.
So, as you start making your way towards this hill, as you get a bit closer, you start to notice a sound in the background. Not a sound of pain, but one of sorrow. Beast within the this tower ahead is singing a quite mournful tune, which is amplified by the acoustics of the tower, which then reverberate out and spread across the area around you. As you peek around the backside of the tower, you notice that one of the windows is blocked by a very pale colored skin of what appears to be a hill giant. Let's see. No, it doesn't show, does it?
Hello, darkness.
Hello,
my old
darkness. Let's get it working. Oh, okay. I know why. 1 sec. Maybe I know why. Or not. No? Okay.
it's a witch.
It didn't work. Oh
The
no. They broke the page. Hold on.
No.
I know. I'm trying to fix it. 1 sec.
Oh God, I see everything.
God. Yeah. I just had to delete all of it because it wasn't working. So,
It's a witch.
you... Oh, I know why it's not working. 1 second. Watch this. Now it's going to work. But it's too late. You already see everything, so it's fine. So yeah, up on the higher part of the tower, you appear... You can hear as you're approaching back over this direction. You're still a little ways out. You're about 20 or 30 feet from the tower. It's not noticed you. It's just singing. Like I said, almost a very mournful kind of tune.
Any words to the tune?
It's really hard to distinguish as it's kind of echoing and reverberating and everything's kind of running together. The hill giant inside kind of sobbing a bit as it's singing.
Oh dear. I have a crazy idea.
Please don't thunder wave us again.
No, I said I was sorry about that. I'm gonna go see if he needs any help.
As she's saying that, Grankle's just walking past her, walking up there. Hey! Hey! Oh!
This
Yes,
is gonna go real great.
that was the idea. She's gonna call out Giant.
The singing doesn't stop. Continues.
That's what I thought. Grand Cool, I know you're an all-powerful god and all. But can I go in first and try and talk to him?
Sure. Have fun.
Okay. And she gives him like a thumbs up. And it looks like, just because the map was revealed here, is that little ramp there climbable?
No, it is not. It's about 40 feet in the air. Each square
Okay, so
is, yeah,
it's super
at
high.
30 feet
Okay.
in the air. Yeah, it's 10 feet per square, so it'd be 30 feet.
So
Right,
not
yeah,
even,
5,
not
10.
even, not even athletics checkable.
I mean, if you want to try to get in there, you can certainly try. I'll let
I
you.
was-
I'll
I
let
was-
you
I was
try
just
what you
seeing
want to
how-
try.
Yeah, I was just seeing if it was like scalable or if we needed like a grappling hook.
Sure, if you want to try that, you can certainly try.
Which one is there? Is the the rock path there, or do I need to have something to get up?
What do you mean?
It looks like there's rocks here on the
It's just
side.
collapsed rocks on the ground. It's not going to be
Okay.
good footing for you.
Okay, so we'll need something to climb up.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a grappling hook?
That's a good question. We tried to.
We could absolutely try and look for a door. Cough, cough.
I can just throw you into it.
Yeah, it'll be like when the giants were shooting, or the ogres were shooting the goblins.
As they're all discussing, just looking at this wall,
She thinks about that for a second and says, "You know, that might actually be it." Then she face steps up because it's only 30 feet.
Grankle's just walking around, looking for a doorway or something.
Okay. Grankle and Selja start
I
making
don't
their
have
way
a token,
around.
by the way.
Oh, I didn't bring yours over. Hold on. There you go. Now you do. Grankle and Selja and Nav, as you're making your way around, you notice this boulder that is kind of jammed into this opening. As you look a little closer, you notice there's a bit of a gap in the corners of the doorway itself. Kind of looking closer, you feel you could probably squeeze yourself between the rock and the wall if you wanted to kind of climb inside.
Yep, I wanna.
You wanna?
I wanna.
I'm gonna point out I could have just lowered a rope for you guys, but that's cool.
I mean, yeah,
Just-
but how often do we get to crawl around boulders?
That's true.
It's true.
Well, sucks to be Lucas. So I'm gonna head inside since they wandered off.
Can Nav fit in?
Bugbears are
No.
notoriously squishy. They have that like really good
but it's
stealth check. And,
but he's also a medium-sized creature. Medium-sized creatures cannot fit in this opening.
Now,
goblins get to push in that boulder.
we're gonna go in. Don't eat Lucas.
Is Lucas
What?
even taste good?
I mean,
No,
probably
no.
not. That's why I don't want you to eat him.
I taste like dead. Oh, wait.
Don't say you taste like dead things. Everything that Nav eat it's a dead thing.
Dead things are delicious.
So, Grankle, you're coming in through the bottom here. As you look up, you notice the Bloodhawks are not really interested in you. Just continue circling above.
Oh yeah, look at the meal they have in the tower.
So, Grankle, that'll put you like right here on the ground. Selja coming,
This-
joining up behind.
I don't know if this was said already. Can I not just move the boulder?
You can try. You
I
can
mean,
give me
also, are we
a.
talking?
I will help.
You can give me a strength athletics check.
Okay.
Can I help him?
Sure. Do it with advantage.
Yes.
And as you kind of reach there and try to roll it back, because as you push forward, you're noticing it's not going anywhere. It's jammed into the wall here. But as you kind of grab and try to pull it back, your hands are just slipping on it. You're not getting any traction, not hard enough. You're not getting a hard enough grip to be able to pull it out of where it's at. Keelanay, Grancool, and Selja, standing at the bottom of this tower, you kind of look up, kind of stare up at this, what appears to be a female hill giant who's kind of crying and sobbing and singing, and at first doesn't notice you until Nav starts grabbing onto the rock and it starts swaying back and forth. And when it kind of rolls back into position, it immediately catches her attention. And she kind of turns and looks down and says, "Go away. Mog no bother you. You no bother her."
Oh, hello. Mog, is it? We just heard your song and we're really concerned. Are you all right?
She kind of sobs a bit and her nose kind of sniffling, and she's, "Chief Gur still Mog's husband. Mog like her. He tell Mog she pretty. Mog no have husband to make fun of no more. No more punching bag for Mog. Now Mog's
That is
sad."
absolutely terrible.
And she starts weeping again. Just kind of looks down and again kind of looks at you and says, "What one with Mog?"
Well, actually, nothing really. We just saw the tower and heard you crying. We were concerned. I'm very sorry to hear you lost your husband. You said your husband was taken from you?
Not taken, stole.
Oh, yes, of course. She says, not wanting to correct the semantics of that. But yes, absolutely, stolen. And was stolen by...
Chief Gur.
Oh, Chief Gur, she says, towards Grand and Selja. She sounds like a very nasty giant. What does she even want with your husband?
She, after a couple minutes, you're noticing she's starting to get a little moody. The longer you're here questioning her, the more her frustrations of Chief Ga is now coming to fruition, and she's getting angry and just kind of kicking her feet and pounding at the floor a bit.
Mog, would you like your husband back?
She kind of looks at you and sniffles a bit and says, "Yes."
Well, what if we help you get your husband back?
How small people do such thing.
She looks over to Grancool and Selja again, like, do I tell her?
Well, as you look over at that, Grinkle's like, "Hey, cool," and starts walking up and says, "Well, this big person giant thing, I'm a god, so I can do what I want. I can get your husband back."
It's true, he's a god. We can absolutely get rid of the chief, and that way you'll get your husband back.
$5 says we killed them at Golden Fields.
Shut up.
That's why I didn't want to say anything.
She looks, seeing two goblins down at the floor, and feels a bit more at ease, knowing the goblins that helped her people and Groothog are generally pretty kind towards her. She kind of looks at you and says, if help get husband back, then I come with you.
Killing blinks like,
Where exactly is your husband and the chieftain person giant?
Back in the giant town we skipped over.
Oh, wow. You came a really long way.
Right? Wasn't that where they were said to be?
Groothog.
Okay.
Grootog.
Groothog.
A longhouse.
Yes.
How far away are we? So we're within a day of.
You're
Tribor.
right outside of Tribor, so let's bring up your map here. So
Wow, she's really far.
Yeah, and Grootog is way over here. She has been traveling for a long time. She is upset and feels abandoned by her kind because of her, what you know to be the leader, Chief Ga, is basically stolen her husband. And she is now upset and sad and is kind of wandering the realm and just doesn't. She's just not happy.
She said her name was Mog, right?
Yes, Moog.
Okay. With that, I'll nod to her and say, "Okay, we have some business to take care of real quick, but in a few days we'll come back and get you, and we'll go get your husband from Mino Guh down in Grootog, because we have business there anyway."
Her name's stupid.
Your name's stupid.
Not what?
It's true. We have to go to Yatar, but we do plan to go down to Grootog, so we can come back for you, and we can make sure that we can deal with all of this nasty business.
She agrees and nods and says, "Fine. Don't want help now anyway."
Okay, wonderful. I suggest that you get yourself some nice chocolates and maybe a mud bath, and just think about how great you are, and that you'll be back with your husband soon. Yes, absolutely. But probably stay in the tower where it's safe, and you can think about all of the great things that are going to come your way. And she fingered crossbows.
Finger crossbows?
Because you can't finger gun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yep. I see what you're doing. Okay. Not really being able to see you, just hearing your voice down there. Although you're kind of at the bottom of the steps, I guess. You're more... What, in this area?
I was a little further up.
Actually, you're about here, wouldn't you? Yeah, you're about right here.
We're on the main map.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, you're right here on this map, technically. So you're directly underneath of her. So she doesn't really see you. She can peer down through the opening right here beneath her, and that shows her everything going on in this area, which would be where Grandcool and Selja are.
She's not super hostile. She's friendly considered right now, right?
Yeah, right now she seems very just kind of mellow, upset, but she's not attacking you, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, I'd probably step out so she could see me too.
Okay.
No point in hiding if she's not. She didn't immediately get hostile, so talking face to face would be a little more cordial.
Okay. All right. So yeah, she nods and kind of agrees, and a bit sad because you're saying you're gonna leave and come back, but she accepts it.
If it'll make you feel better, we can leave our dwarf here with you for company.
It would make us feel better.
I feel super great.
He is great snoo.
Great snooze.
Uh,
Okay.
Not seeing any business. Grakel's gonna squeeze back out and head back
Okay.
out around.
Selja's also going to follow, but as they go, you probably hear Selja go, "Yeah, you don't really think my name's stupid, right?"
No, it was just very rude
poor
of you to
thing.
say so about her.
I didn't say her name was
He said
stupid. I
about
meant
the
the other
chieftain.
person's name was stupid, the one who stole her husband.
No. Wait, is Go a female?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Things I didn't know. All right.
Don't assume her gender.
Yeah, wow.
Did you
I am an
just
asshole.
assume? How dare you?
I am that asshole.
Okay.
Wow.
So you regroup and make your way back over towards the wagon, kind of meeting back with Karsnook, who's just kind of sitting there waiting, kind of making sure nothing happens to Artan here. And you begin your trek the rest of the way towards Tribor. I'm debating on if I want to give you the introduction or end it here.
I give him a
How
gold
much
point
time
for being such a good
do we
dwarf.
have?
I mean, we could. We're technically running 15 minutes over already, but I could at least do the introduction if you wanted.
Let's do the
you.
intro. Give him a tease.
Okay. All right.
Give
So
him the good old hook.
give him the hook. All right. So I need to do this then.
I just realized we had been playing this so much because we missed a week, and we're actually it's going to be another 2 weeks,
And it's
and
gonna
I'm
be 2
bummed
weeks.
out now.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2
Oh,
weeks.
that does make me sad.
I'm free
Because
now.
we don't even have Civil War either. Oh.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's do it. Thanks to the information provided by Nalaskar, the Zentarum boss in Bardrai Inn, you anticipated possible destruction at the hands of the fire giants, and however, nothing could have possibly prepared you for what you see ahead. As you begin to approach, the fire is still raged. The town is in shambles. Massive magma-filled boulders destroyed much of the town itself. The center of Tribor, where the Long Road and Evermore Way meet, is a huge open space used by the local farmers and peddlers as a marketplace. Dominating this space is the 2-story stone keep located right here. That decidedly leans a little to the east. Hanging above the entry as you start making your way into town here, and you get closer, you start to see what appear to be some dusty banners hanging off the side of the actual compound itself. With depicts 3 large black boars running towards the head of the banner on a blood red field. To the west of the tower, a large open campground in this area over here, with only a handful of wagons resting within it. As you begin to make your way into town and start to pass by, you take notice of a large group of individuals standing next to the fenced area that have very much taken notice of you. As you approach the town square and continue to take note of the destruction, witnessing the people kind of gathering around the caravan campground to the north, up in this direction. Let's see, what do we got? One second. Several wagons have been overturned, kind of thrown out of the way. Dead horses lie in the grass and on the roads, the blood kind of covering everything around it. The roads leading the roads in this town lead seemingly everywhere out of this village, in each direction. As you look around, however, the number of villagers is kind of low compared to what you would expect in a place such as this. However, as you begin to make your way over towards where all of this panic is and all the people are kind of standing around, you look forward and notice a massive C-shaped crater which has been dug into the ground with a giant-sized greatsword laying at the side of it, its blade bent and warped. Next to it, a very large 4-foot rod with 2 prongs on one end with a molded grip at the opposite lies in the grass. The people whisper in hushed tones, taking note that something is missing. And that's where we'll end the session.
So, there's like a giant thing sticking out of the ground?
There's a giant C-shaped crater in the ground that's been dug out
Something
by
got dug
a
up.
what appears to be a great sword, a giant-sized great sword. And then next to it, that's now bent, like the end of it is bent as if it was used like a shovel. And then off to its side is a 4-foot-long rod that has these 2 intertwined, kind of like pincer-shaped things at the end of it. That's just lying in the ground beside it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's a yikes, dog.
And yeah, so that's where we will pick up in 2 weeks when we return.
Yay!
Yay.
Nobody died.
Nobody died.
Nobody died. And nobody was seriously injured either.
I mean, I knocked myself out. Salja might have a concussion. I noticed that nobody was worried about that.
I mean,
I didn't know what happened.
So I kind of anticipated that things would go exactly as they went. I had a plan for the wagon thing, and I knew it would be derailed in 3 rounds. So, congratulations, you did exactly as I expected.
I don't know whether to apologize or not.
I mean, it's okay. Good on you for finding a way out of it. Unfortunate that the one got away, however. But that's fine. It's okay.
Maybe fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
His
Who knows?
head is now one with the tree somewhere.
It's fine.
We're you know what happened? You know what actually happened? He is still out there somewhere, hanging on the side of the horse, and he's gonna run into that one guard from Nightstone that is still hanging off the other horse.
Yep.
And they're gonna meet up.
They're gonna meet up.
Be friends.
Uh-huh.
And they're gonna
Make
a
hate you.
band. Yeah, they're gonna hate. Hey, whoa! That guard, that's his own damn fault.
All of them will hate you. That damn bugbear and the goblins, man. They did this to us.
Sure, we'll give him a common enemy.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to end stream and I'll be right back. All right. Okay. I'm glad that part is done and that was fun and everything. Okay, let's go raid Legends. Thank you for being here. Go over, say hi to Legends. They're wonderful people as always. I will see you guys on, holy cow, Sunday. I will see you then. I hope you have a good night and I'll talk to you soon.